When you've organised to come and pick you up and get you home safely. This could be a cabbie or one of your local bus drivers. And here's another night watchman.
If I happened to be taking him home, I'd be the night watchman's night watchman.
Yes, you would. If you're drinking, a night watchman is a great plan B to get you home safely.
Interested to see how Trent Ball. Fit two Bilson Parks almost on the SCG, so it certainly is a big surface. They're going to have to work a lot harder in the field, but they have been working very hard on their fielding, Robbie and Nordo, in the lead up to these games.
They have, and Simon, it will be Cameron White to open the bowling from the Paddington end for the Border Bullets, who got married on Friday. Yeah, I know. No honeymoon for Whitey. Well, this is a bit of a honeymoon. He's a cricket tragic. He's up at the SCG. Doesn't get much better than that, Robbie. And someone said to me, "What? That's testing the commitment early in the marriage." And I said, "It certainly is," and he's just proven cricket comes first. So well done, Cameron White. No, good on him. He got married Friday, and he's up here playing cricket on the SCG, Nordo, and he's got a big day ahead of him.
He has got a big day. Another guy who's got a big day from Canberra is one of our marquee players, Cade Brown, who has made the trip to the SCG today. Cactus is one of those guys that started his career at the SCG, and don't be surprised if he finishes his career at the SCG, because he's one hell of a player. We're going to be using the pink ball, a very similar pink ball that they used in the Adelaide Test match. So the scene is set. We're at the SCG. It doesn't get much better than this.
And they've got a slip in place for Cameron White. And on strike is Mitch Bauer, the captain of the Orana Outlaws, for the winner to take on in the final the Northern Inland Boulders, who came away with a 5-run win over the Illawarra Flames. So here it is, Cameron White, first ball. He bowls to Bauer, and it's full outside all stump, and he's... Oh, it was a bump ball into the gully there. It was well fielded. But, gee, there was a little bit of excitement there amongst the Bullets, but it was a hard-driven shot from Bauer, straight to gully. And it was a no ball, in fact, too. So it did look like to be half a chance there at one stage, Robbie, but Whitey might have overstepped the crease, did he, Nordo?
Yeah, he has. He did overstep the crease. I'm not sure if he didn't single a free hit there. But
I might have just caught it then, Nordo. Yep. It is definitely a free hit. So Mitch Bauer, he's got a wonderful chance here. He'll pin the ears back, and he misses one. And it must have just shaved left stump almost. And it goes through to the keeper.
One change to the Border Bullets team. Obviously, Andrew McDonald with the Sydney Thunder with duties there. And in comes Nat Sarriman, who will obviously be behind the sticks today with the gloves, and does a good job later on with the bat with 360-degree shots.
So Cam White now from the Paddington end. He bowls to Bauer, and it's full, and Bauer swings and misses outside all stump. It's a big appeal from keeper Sarriman, and umpire is unmoved. And there's a safety there for Bauer, but a good start there from White.
Yeah, a little bit of shape there with the pink ball. Obviously, you know, with the new rock, Whitey traditionally takes the ball away from the right-hander. And, yeah, plenty of movement there. So really good lines and good start to Whitey.
It is a good start. Yet to score are the Outlaws, or other than the no ball. So he's doing well for the Border Bullets.
White, it's just beautiful sunshine here at the SCG as he comes in again now and he bowls to Bauer, and Bauer goes long. Well, he got the top edge and it flies down to deep third man. Nice bit of work on the boundary, keeps the scoring to 1. And Bauer's off the mark and it goes long to no wicket for 2. We're in the first over.
Yeah, nice work down there on the boundary from Matt Yench, just a one-hand pickup, and I guess you can do that when you're fielding on carpet like the SCG. No problems there at all. But, yeah, a bit of a windy woof there from the batsman. Got the thick edge and down to third man.
Well, that'll bring on strike Anthony Herity. And Herity is from Parks. He's been a very, very dominant cricketer in Western Zone for a number of years. And has played at some very good levels. country cricketer. And he'll face Cameron White now. And White's in. And again, it's full, and Herity plays a lovely shot to mid-off. Bit of confusion amongst the batsmen, but they'll get through for a single. And nice bit of work there from the Bullets captain, Trent Ball, who got away to his left and did well to probably prevent a boundary there, Nordo. It's no wicket for 3.
Yeah, he did extremely well, and another guy that's done really well today is curator Tom Parker. Got to meet him earlier on and rolled up an absolute beauty here at the SCG today.
White now to the skipper of the Orana Outlaws, Mitch Bauer. White again, good length. Oh, beats him outside the off stump through to keeper Saraman. It's a good start from Cameron White. It's no wicket for 3. And we've got 1 ball left in the first over.
Yeah, he's bowling well. He's Whitey. He's other than the no ball, he's restricted the batting pretty well. Actually, he's played his role.
Good field placement here by Trent. We've got a deep cover, and the third man of the 2 guys out of the circle.
If all men back on the circle. Mid-on goes back a bit as White comes in to complete the first over, and he bowls, and again it's a top edge, this time from Bauer. Flies down to third man. Matt Yench comes in quickly. Throw is a good one, but Bauer's back in a nick of time, and that completes the first over.
Yeah, it certainly does, Robbie. The first over is done and dusted. The Orana Outlaws are no wicket 5 for the Commercial Club Albury. To the Plan B Bash final, regional Bash finals for the Commercial Club, which opens 7 days a week. The Bistro, Sevens Bistro, the perfect place to grab a buffet-style luncheon. The Outlaws are no wicket down for 5 runs. Matty Yench will be the bowler from the other end. Of course, the Belvoir boy, one of 4 Belvoir boys in the side this afternoon, which is reflected by the good season Belvoir having cricket Albury Wodonga down there.
Yeah, they are indeed, Simon. And Matty Yench, a good, experienced campaigner. Had a good hit out last weekend. Nordo bowled 24 overs straight in club cricket. He bowls pretty economically. Not fast, but he just puts the balls in the right areas.
Well, I guess you can bowl 24 overs if you had a bit of a spell. He didn't play for a few games, so he had fairly fresh to come back in. And, yeah, looking for him to obviously mix the ball up. He's got a good slower ball. So hopefully he comes in. And, yeah, good start by Cameron White and the Border Bullets. So hopefully, again, we can have another good over.
It'll be Herity on strike for the Outlaws as Yench comes in. He'll bowl his first ball, and it is on a good length, and Herity just knocks it back to the bowler, and there's no run. Super conditions, Simon, isn't it?
Oh.
I tell you what, when you found out they were coming up here to play at the Sydney Cricket Ground, the next thing you could wish for is good weather and no intervention from rain, and there's not a chance of that today.
No, we've certainly got that. Sydney has put on a good one, Robbie. It's beautiful conditions here, and this is a wonderful venue. Almost privileged. We're actually sitting in the Channel 9 commentary box, I believe.
Well, you're in New South Wales, Simon. You're in the hands of the gods here, mate. It's a great place to be, Sydney. And now, short outside off stump, Yench bowls. And Herity can't get that one away. It goes through to the keeper, Saraman. You're in God's country here, Simon. You're surrounded by the best sporting precinct in the world, I reckon. You've got the Waratahs, the Roosters, the Sydney Swans, the mighty Cricket New South Wales Blues. You've got the lot, Sydney FC, Nordo. You're in heaven.
You're just going to have to calm down a bit there, Robbie.
All right, mate. We will calm down a bit as Yench now bowls to Herity. And Herity again, he's tucked up and he just pushes the ball to short mid-wicket and there is no score. Good start from Yench.
I'll just nip out and grab that fire extinguisher just to make sure that things are kept under wraps here in the box. But
getting a little bit excited, the lad, isn't he?
Yeah, good weather. They're just looking at the flags on top of the grandstand there. They're hardly blowing. The teardrop banners down at ground level are just swaying a little bit. So, yeah, couldn't get any better at all.
Yench again, he's into Herity, and it's short, and he tries to pull him away, but it strikes him on the body. Didn't come through with the pace he expected, and it just popped out to gully, and there's no further score. So that's 4 balls down, and no score off Yench. It's a good start.
It's a good, solid start from Yench, and it's exactly what Trent Ball's looking for. He wants to put the pressure on the batsman, force him to try and play a few risks, and exactly what Yench is doing.
Now, Yench. He is from the Randwick end. He steams in now. He bowls to Herity and he drives it in front of point. Might be a chance. Drew Cameron, quick in with the throw, but they get through quickly for a single. So Herity, he'll go along to 3 and the score is along to 6. And we've got 1 ball to go in the second over. And boys, you stayed over in Goulburn last night and what were your impressions of the town? Simon, you haven't spent a lot of time there?
No, and I don't think I will spend a lot of time there in the future, Robbie. It was
very quiet.
A very quiet place. There wasn't a lot happening last night.
Which is good.
Well, Jensch is going to make it happen here as he comes in. He bowls to Bauer, and it's well bowled too. It's a Yorker, and Bauer just has to dig it out. So Matt Jensch concedes just the 1 run from his first over.
Yeah, that's the completion of this second over. And the Orana Outlaws are no wicket down for 6 runs for muffin break.
Alan Wood runs the famous...
From muffin break, of course, Aubrey Lavington and Wodonga, Simon Call, Robbie McKinlay and Heath and Norton were about to start the 3rd over. Boys, and the Orana Outlaws have not really set the world on fire. They're no wicket down for 6 after 2 overs.
Interesting field placing here. A 7-2 field with just 2 fieldsmen on the onside as Cam White comes in now and he bowls to Herity, who hits it on the bounce to mid-off, has shied the stumps from ball and there's no run. So interesting field, Nordo, 7-2.
Yeah, I think that's just the quality of Cameron White, though. He's got that pink ball swinging out to the right-hander, so they've dropped the slip out, put him into a bit of a short cover. The wicket is that good that they can drive on the up here, so we've seen 2 going out of the 3rd man already, so not a bad move.
White again now, bowls to Herity, and Herity hits it straight to mid-off, once again on the bounce, and he is bowling to his field. There's no further run. It is no wicket for 6, and we're into the 3rd over.
Great to catch up with, talking about fast bowlers, with Paddy Cummins before. No doubt we asked him what he was doing for the rest of the day. He's going to stroll down to the beach with his girlfriend Becky and just take it easy down there. It's not a bad lifestyle, is it?
Good on him. I think he'll get too much sand kicked in his face as Cam White comes in, bowls now, and it's well bowled again. Nothing you could do about that was Heritage. He just had to block it straight back at the bowler. So it's a very nervous start, hasn't it, from the Orana Outlaws, Nordo?
Yeah, look, it is. But, look, wickets in hand's the key. We know how these 2020 games, Pat Cummins said, they go right down to the last 2 or 3 overs. So long way to go in this game. Just testing the water here a little bit, the Outlaw batsman.
Cam White, married on Friday and now opening the bowling for the Bullets on a Sunday. And he keeps it full and it's spearing down the leg side. And that was a chance there. Herity missed that one. On leg stump, Nordo. Only 2 players out there on the leg side and he couldn't get it away. No further score.
No, this has been a great over from White. Obviously, 5 dot balls, Robbie, and really backed up the over before from Matty Jensch. So really starting to apply a bit of pressure to the Outlaw batsman. How
are you gone, Simon? You had greeted the wife with the news that 2 days after you got married, you're going to duck off to Sydney for a bit of cricket.
I might have kept that one to myself, Robbie.
White, he's in now and he's bowling to Herity, and Herity plays and misses again outside the off stump. No score. So this is an outstanding start from White and the Border Bullets. It's no wicket for 6, and we've just got 1 ball to go to complete 3 overs.
So we've got a mid-wicket in, which is Zach Simmons, and a mid-on, and there is no one around towards square leg at all. So Simo's got the best part of, well, a lot, 800 square, lot of meterage there to cover, and if they get a nick down there, they might run 4.
It's the biggest part of the boundary here at the ground. It's the wickets on one side of the ground, and now here we go. Chance here for Herity. That's a lovely straight drive back past the bowler, all the way to the boundary, and that's 4 runs, and that's the completion of the 3rd over.
Yeah, that boundary brings up 10 for the Outlaws. They are no wicket down for 10 for Hutchin and Pearce.
Hutchin and Pearce is your local John Deere dealer in Travel Stop Way, Albury. And with John Deere, you get nothing but quality.
League of their own.
They are indeed, Simon. And we've gone 3 overs and the score is 10. So it's Mitch Bauer, the captain of the Orana Outlaws, is on strike. He'll face up to Matt Jensch, who bowled a very tight over, only had 1 run off his first over. The winner to play the Northern Inland Bowlers, who earlier today won the Sydney Sixers Conference Final. As Jens is in now, and he bowls to Bauer, and Bauer, late decision, he just whips it off his pads down to deep square leg, and they'll get a single, and the score goes along to no wicket for 11.
Yeah, so the first 4 overs, obviously 2 men outside of the infield circle, so gone with the deep square leg on the fence and the traditional third man. So Jens should probably go a little bit straight at the stumps and Cam White and probably make the batsman play a little bit more.
It is now Jens. He's from the Randwick end. He hustles in now and he bowls to Herity and he hits it to mid-on and they'll get a single there. There's no issues there as Trent Ball gathers. And he just keeps the ball himself, gives it a bit of a polish. The pink ball, Nordo, which is visually is quite good from our position up here. And it's getting a little bit of swing too, we've seen from Cam White.
Yeah, it is. Good shape, black side screens and pink ball, coloured uniform.
Jens again. He's in now, and it's on a good length too. And Bauer, he tried to tee off there and smash it over mid-on. He was a bit late on the shot, and it wrapped him on the pads, and it went back to the bowler, Matt Jens, and there's no further runs to the score. It's no wicket for 12, halfway through the 4th over. With the Border Bullets having lost the toss in the field. And the SCG, Simon, it's looking great, isn't it? And the weather conditions are perfect. It's just a day from heaven, isn't it?
First time at the SCG for me, Robbie.
Is it really?
Yeah, absolutely. Very exciting, and it won't be my last. This is a very, very impressive venue.
Well, if you behave yourself, you'll be welcome back, Simon. Jens in now, bowls, and Bauer, he might be, he dropped him.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he got a bit of a top edge on it, and Nat Sarriman to his right, he couldn't hold on to it. It was a sharp catch, but he'd be disappointed not to take that, Nordo. No wicket for 12.
Yeah, that went to his right hand. That look, it just moved away a little bit as it came off the edge of the bat, but I think that's bread and butter for a keeper, isn't it?
He got a fair bit of it.
Yep,
he got a fair bit of it too, Sarriman, so he'll be exceptionally disappointed. Probably not as much as his fast bowler in Jens, but they are teammates. So I reckon a few quiet words to each other after the game, perhaps, boys.
Yeah, Jens, you'll soldier on, Simon. He comes in now, he bowls to Herity, and Herity finds the gap beautifully between mid-on and mid-wicket, off his toes, and it runs all the way down for 4 runs. Lovely shot there from Anthony Herity. He goes on to 11, and the score is no wicket for 17, and we've got 1 ball left in the 4th over.
And what hurts more after having a catch dropped off your bowl and then to be smacked for a 4, not a good 2 balls there for Jens. He'll have a bit of steam coming out of the ears.
Lovely shot.
A little bit of salt into the wound there, Corman, didn't it?
A lovely shot from Herity. As Jens to complete the 4th over comes in now, and he has a dabble outside off stump. And it goes through, and this time Sarriman takes it. That's the end of the 4th over.
Yeah, at the end of the 4th over, the Outlaws have yet to lose a wicket. They are 17 runs for Stockdale and Lego Wodonga.
What a
for Stockdale and Lego Wodonga. If you need sales or property management, both sides of the border, you can't go past Chris Hood and the team. Of course, they have great experience, a wonderful marketing approach which is designed to get you the best possible result at Stockdale and Lego. They listen to the client and their needs, and then they work hard together to achieve. And that's where our pretty boy Drew Cameron works too, I believe, at Stockdale and Lego, lads.
He's selling a few houses too, he was telling me during the week. He's a bit of a strut about him at the moment.
We'll be hoping he can make a few runs too this afternoon, Drew Cameron. Yet another one of the Bell contingent in this side. So back here, we know we get down for 17. We're about to start the 4th over, Heath Norton.
Yeah, well, we've got a change of bowling here. With Zach Simmons is coming onto the attack, the right arm off spinner. So this will be the 5th over. So obviously fielding restrictions are a little bit eased up now. So interesting to see where they go. Obviously, we'll have one out at Cow, sort of deep mid-wicket. We'll go deep, long on, and the offside's fairly packed up there on the ring. So this is a good move. The ball was coming on pretty hard onto the middle of the bat there from Cam White's last over. So just try and slow things up a little bit there. Spinners have become a really important role in this T20 game now.
Will be Mitch Bauer on strike, and he was dropped in the previous over, so mark that down, Simon. Dropped on 4. Let's hope it doesn't cost the Bullets as Simmons comes in, bowls his first ball, and he beats Bauer outside off stump, and Sarriman takes it cleanly behind the sticks. It's no wicket for 17. We're in the 5th over. Orana Outlaws won the toss, decided to bat. Zach Simmons, off spinner, comes in, and again, repeated the first ball. wide, outside off stump, and Bauer flashed at it, and he did not make contact and went through to the keeper, Saruman. There's quite a strong field on that offside where he's trying to cut that ball through there, Bauer. As Simmons is in again, and the ball's the same, and guess what? Exactly the same result. There's a hat-trick of play and misses outside off stump, Simon, and you'd think you're batting out there at the moment, mate, the way he's seen him.
Geez, he's continued to impress Simmons, always getting thrown the ball early in the game and always supporting his team by holding down an end. Doing the same here.
And he's in now, his fourth delivery, and it's a bit fuller, and this time it's got the outside edge, and it'll fly down towards third man, and they'll come back for 2 runs to Mitch Bauer. No problems there. Nice throw back into the keeper. Takes the score along to no wicket for 19. We're in the 5th over.
Yeah, Zachy Simmons just skids the ball through a little bit. He bowls it fairly flat and quick, so not a bad move this by Trent. Just bringing him on there. Might only bowl 1, maybe 2 overs, so we'll see.
Simmons, the captain of the under-23 side for Cricket Albury-Wodonga, bowls now, and as a pill for he's a brilliant bit of work from Nat Saruman. He's whipped the bails off in a flash, and he gets his man Bauer eventually. He dropped him in the previous over, and he has been stumped brilliantly out for 7. The score is 1 for 19. Nordo, that was outstanding.
Yeah, it was. He just played a forward defensive shot. It went past the outside edge, and the back foot must have just came up out of the crease because Nat Saruman, absolutely like a bullet, took the bails off and was very, very adamant that he had a stump in, and the square leg bang straight away. So great wicket there, and probably made up for that drop catch.
And look, you mentioned he was the only inclusion in this side. He didn't play last game. Of course, Trent Ball was the keeper, but that's why you've got to have a professional keeper in your side, a full-time keeper. That was a very smart piece of work.
That is brilliant.
That was so quick we almost missed it here as it's coming up on the replay now. So great piece of glove work by Nat Saruman.
Oh, look at this. He's still in. It comes up. There it is there. He goes up. That is absolutely outstanding work from the boys from Bar TV.
I tell you what, if you can actually stream this and watch that slow motion, you will see the bird just goes past as they bowled the ball. Our bird went straight across the middle of the wicket. So there you go. There's something you don't see every day.
There you go. Well, he missed the ball and the bird. I'll tell you what, Nat Saruman didn't miss a trick. That was a brilliant bit of stumping and a great spot from you too, Nordo, as you've spotted the bird. You're pretty good at spotting birds normally, and you've done it again, my friend.
Well, the bird is the word out there at the moment because they've just got a wicket, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, Simmons with 1 ball left to complete the 5th over. The Outlaws have lost their first wicket. They're 1 down for 19. Of course, Zach Simmons picking up the opening wicket. Some great glove work by Nat Saruman. Really, really smart piece of work.
Of course, Simon, this brings to the crease one of the greats of country cricket. He didn't play much country cricket then because he was so good. Nathan Pillen, who's played 10 matches for New South Wales, and he plays and misses outside off stump. And that completes a brilliant over from Zach Simmons. Just 2 runs off it. He got the wicket of Mitch Bauer.
Yeah, a wicket taking over. So after 5 overs, the Orana Outlaws are 1 wicket down for 19 for Insight Clinic Private Hospital. From the SCG for Insight Clinic Private Hospital in the heart of Albury. Insight Clinic, they've got theatres, a sleep laboratory, awards with beautiful panoramic views. Insight Clinic provide a vast range of specialist surgery, sleep studies and a bit of cardiology. So with Dr. Kerwin and the team at Insight Clinic, you're certainly in the very best hands of care.
Matty Ench to start the 6th over, comes in, bowls to Herity, and Herity whips it off his toes, behind square leg, bounces an awkward one, but it's a very short boundary out that side of the ground, and the scoring is kept to 1. It's a nice bit of work there from Zach Simmons, who's got the ball back in as quick as a flash.
Good little patch, purple patch from Zach Simmons, of course, making the opening breakthrough with a great piece of glove work. Can't rave out highly, and exactly why you need a specialist keeper in these 2020 games.
Yeah, absolutely. He was injured last game, so we decided to bring him back in because you don't leave your best keeper at home. It's a big final. Trent took the gloves last game, so that's why he's back in the side, and good move by the selectors.
Just get back to something in a minute as Jench comes in. Now he bowls to Pillen, and we know scores. He bunts it out the mid-wicket. We decided to bring him back into the side, I noticed there. Nordo said when it wasn't when he dropped the catch, they decided to bring him back in the side, but he's whipped that stumping, and all of a sudden, Nordo, you're back on his bandwagon. Not bad, mate.
Matty Yench bowling well. He's got none for 9 off his 3 overs. This is doing a great job here for the Border Bullets.
He is indeed. Yench is in again now. Bowls to Pillen and he blasted through the covers. 2, 3, 4 bounces over to the boundary rope. That's a magnificent shot there from Nathan Pillen. He's off the mark with a boundary. The score goes along to 1 for 24. We're halfway through the 6th over.
Gee, that was a beautiful shot. And right out of the meat of the bat, too. That absolutely raced across the beautiful grass here at the SCG, crashed into the fence. And you said he was too good to play much cricket at a local level, Robbie. I think you just showed us why.
Played 10 games for New South Wales. He's in the St George Cricket Club team of the century. As Yench comes in again, bowls to Pillen, and Pillen this time just bunts it back to short cover. In that St George Cricket Club's team of the century, Simon, there's blokes called Don Bradman, Bill O'Reilly. There's a few good cricketers in there.
Yeah, they go right, some of those lads.
Right. Yep. Did you ever see them play, Simon?
I did. I did see Don Bradman play. It was on the TV.
Yeah.
You would have actually.
No, my dad
would have
watched
played
him
cricket
play
with
here.
him, wouldn't you, Robbie?
Yench in now. He'll bowl to Pillen, and it is full, and Pillen just whips it off his toes, but straight to mid-wicket. And it's got a nice field set there, isn't it? Nordo, the bowlers are bowling to their field. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. I mean, Trent sets a field. He says, righto, this is what I want you to do. This is the plan. Look, Matty Yench, as we said, he bowls traditionally a little bit more towards at the stumps and makes some plays. So you've got to protect that leg side a little bit more than, say, a Cam White. So really good efforts here at the moment.
So Trent Ball just making some adjustment to the field there. He's got point starting a little bit squarer. And I'll have to get inside that circle before the bowler bowls. They do that now. And Pillen drives to that area there where Ball had just moved his man Popko a little bit wider. And it was a good bit of work well bowled there, Matt Yench. That completes the end of the 6th over.
Yeah, after 6 overs, the Outlaws are 1 wicket down for 24 for Martins Albury. Back here at the Plan B Regional Bash Final from the SCG for Martins Albury. Hey, boys, did you know at Martins Albury you can get a $2.50 travel all day with your seniors card? That allows you to travel completely around Albury for the entire afternoon for just $2.50. That's good value for Martins.
It is. Robbie, did you know that you can
You should probably have one, Robbie.
Really?
For $2.50. Flash your seniors card, mate, and away you go. That's all it takes.
Because in a big cheerio too to Stretch Martin. Big Dave Martin had a birthday during the week, so we pass on his best and we thank him for the support of this coverage live from the SCG.
Certainly do, Nordo. You don't need to be smart, mate.
Come on, Robbie.
Just pull it in a bit there, mate. Look after me a bit. No, I must look into that, actually.
So
no doubt.
The wicket taker continues,
Yeah.
Zach Simmons.
He is, and Simmons, he'll bowl to Herity, and Herity, he got a full ball, and he hit it straight back to Simmons on the second bounce. No score. It's 1 for 24 after 6 overs. Good start by the Border Bullets, but Nathan Pillen looks in good touch, and Anthony Herity now, who opened the batting, he's just working his way into it as Pillen outside off stump, and he finds the gap. Does Herity, cuts it behind point, and they'll come back for 2 runs, and that is all they'll get, and that'll take the score along to 1 for 26. We're in the 7th over.
So we've got a sweeper on the offside. We've got long on, long off, and a sweeper on the mid-wicket, well, probably 3/4 of the way to the boundary. It's such a long boundary, so good field placement here and bowling really well, Zach Simmons.
Yeah, it is the members' side of the ground. The boundary is huge out there, and the fielderman is 10 metres in. That's a big shout for him. He's bowled him. He's got it through him, and Zach Simmons strikes again. And that's the end of Herity. So Simmons has knocked over both openers. Might have given a little bit of a mouthful on the way out too. And it's 2 for 26. We're into the 7th over.
Well, we touted the fact that Ball might open with Simmons. He didn't, but it didn't take him too long to get him in the action. And he has rewarded Trent Ball with 2 big scalps. That was a slippery one that skidded right through him, Robbie. Got through the gap and... Well bowled to Zach Simmons.
Yeah, he's knocked Herity over for 14. And the way I thought it looked like was a shout for LB, but it's just clipped the pad and knocked the bail off on the off stump. So that's a great bit of bowling there by Simmons.
It looked like it got to him a bit quicker than he expected, so he might have just pushed that one through, as we see it actually on the replay here. So great piece of bowling by Zachy Simmons, and he certainly has relished. Nordo is on the biggest stage of all at the SCG, and he's loving it.
Yeah, no, that was a really good ball. It took the top of off. I thought myself, sitting up here, it was an LBW shout, but Just taking the pace off the ball here a little bit, Trent, with his bowlers. So really good move. That one just skid through a little bit and took the wicket, a very valuable wicket too. So they're now 2 down for 26.
Yeah,
and good start.
6.3 overs gone. So the run rate at the moment is 4 runs and over. So this is a very, very good start for the Border Bullets.
Yeah, they'd be pretty happy with that, Simon, too. Just Herity, I think, was just starting to look to really get himself into the game, but Simmons has knocked him over, and he's bowled a good line outside that off stump. And that brings to the crease Greg Buckley, the boy from Dubbo. And he's in good form. He's had a club century under his belt already this season so far. And he'll be, along with Pillen, they'll really probably need to knuckle down now, Nordo, and they don't need to lose more wickets now, the Orana Outlaws. They just need to work it and just do it the grind, they call it. This part of the innings is the grind time, and they need to just chip away at it. As Simmons, he'll come in again from the Paddington end, and it's full, and Buckley clips it straight to a short mid-wicket, and Matty Armstrong just flings the ball back into Nat Sarriman.
Just really good start by Cameron White and Matt Yench. They'd really tied down the opening batsman, and now we're starting to take some wickets, so good result all round at the moment.
Simmons in again, and it's full, and it's driven nicely there by Buckley. So he gets off the mark, down to deep mid-on, just a single. And it's a good throw back in from Jack Craig to the keeper. And the score goes along to 2 for 27. Pillen's on 4 and Buckley's on 1. And we have just about done through the 7th over of the innings.
Of course, young Jack Craig, famous father Bobby Craig is here too at the SCG. He's travelled up to watch the young son. So good on you, Bob, for making the big trip. And I'm sure we'll be looking forward to seeing the young man, one of our under-21 players with a bat, because he is a big hitter of the ball. He's Jack Craig.
Ball makes a slight adjustment as Simmons will come in and bowl to Pillen, and it's a full toss, and Pillen smashes it through covers. Good work on the boundary, though, by Popko, was it? David Farrell, and it's a lovely throw back in over to the keeper just for the 1 run, 2 for 28.
Yeah, that's 7 overs down. That's exactly right. The Orana Outlaws are 2 wickets down for 28 for the famous Australian Sign Company. Welcome back to the SCG for the famous Australian Sign Company. Of course, Alan Wood may think he's famous. We're not too sure he is. But if you want your car, business, banners or flags to be famous, head along to the famous Australian Sign Company. They're experts when it comes to car wraps, and you can find them in Car Cooler Street, Albury. The Outlaws 2 down for 28 after 7 overs. So a really good start to the Border Bullets, particularly Zach Simmons. He has both wickets up to this stage.
And Nordo, Matt Yench will bowl his spell out here. He'll bowl his 4th over.
Yeah, look, none for 13. Put the balls in the right area, so let's hope he finishes off well.
Well, he's in now. Yench bowls to Pillen. It's going down leg side. They'll get through for a leg by as it makes its way out towards gully. And it's a leg by. The score will go along to 2 for 29. We're into the start of the 8th over. Matt Yench already with good figures. None for 13 from his first 3 overs, Simon. He's been on the money.
He's been, tell you what, the Belvoir boys have been in the action early on. Of course, Sarriman with the gloves, Simmons and Yench with the ball. So they're certainly shining well for the Bullets early on.
Yes, there's a little bit of a slight field adjustment here for the new batsman, Buckley. With Point coming in as Yench bowls now, and Buckley just works it off his toes into a gap. I don't think they'll come back for 2. No, they won't. It's good work on the boundary there by young Nathan Brown, the boy from Lavington. And it's a good throw-in. Keeps the score into 1. Score along to 2 for 30.
Of course, Nathan Brown, the second of our 2 under-21 players, and looking forward to seeing him get the ball in the hand. He was our player of the game in the opening game, of course, for the Bullets. So expecting a big performance from him this afternoon as well.
So Pillen on strike, facing up to Yench now. From the Randwick end, Yench is in, and it's short of a length, and it's cut ferociously to Point by Pillen, but it's chopped off nicely there by Matty Armstrong, and no run. So good bowling to Yench. This is where he's good at, Nordo, isn't it? He sets his own fields, and he knows where he's going to bowl it, and he leaves it up the batsman to take risks.
Yeah, too right. There's 4 inside the circle. They've got 5 out, so he's just needs to pick his right ball here, and probably one at the stumps here would be really handy right now.
Yench in again now, and Pillen drives straight. He gets it past mid-on, does he? No, he can't. It'll just be the single. And as Trent Ball comes around, picks up, And it's one more to the score. It's 2 for 31. We're in the 8th over, and it's a good start by the Border Bullets, Simon.
Yeah, it is a really good start, picking up a couple of early wickets and pretty restraining the run rate pretty well too, Robbie. Still going at just 4 and over, so very impressive start to our Bullets.
Now, Matt Yench into Greg Buckley. And Buckley drives, back on the bounce. Can't beat the mid-off, who comes around short mid-off and cuts off any chance of single. That might have been Cade Brown there doing some nice work. So Yench, with just one ball to go to complete his 4-over spell, has currently no wicket for 15. And he's done his job, Nordo, no matter what happens off this ball.
Yeah, he has. I'm sure he'd like to finish off strong here. He certainly done the Border Bullets proud with his 4 overs. But, yeah, he'd finish off here. He could probably go and have a spell, I would suggest, and maybe get David Farrell into the game.
Now, here it is. Yench to complete his spell. He bowls to Buckley, and Buckley just drives it to mid-on, and they'll get a single there as Trent Ball comes around. Not one of the quickest fielders in the side, but pretty safe with his hands. That completes the 8th over.
Yeah, that's right, Robbie. After 8 overs, the Outlaws are 2 wickets down for 32 for Crow Horwath. Back here at the SCG for the Plan B Regional Bash Finals for Crow Horwath, providing practical accounting and business and financial to the border for over 120 years, if you don't mind, Robbie.
Yeah, it's not a bad effort, Simon, is it? Hanging around that long. You've got to be doing something right. As Zach Simmons comes in and short of a length, well bowled too. And again, Buckley can't do anything about it. And looks like there's just not a lot of life down that end, is there, Nordo? And Simmons is honing in beautifully there.
Yeah, he's bowling really well here. So 2 for 6 at the moment.
In again. This time it's a bit fuller, but he drives it straight to mid-off. And Cam White just comes around quickly and restricts the scoring. So it's 2 for 32. We're into the 9th over. The Orana Outlaws, they won the toss and decided to bat. Zach Simmons, the wicket taker, has both wickets. Comes in again. This time it's full, and it'll be a single down to long on as Jack Craig comes in, picks up cleanly, and gets the ball back to keeper Nat Saraman. Score along to 2 for 33. Buckley's on 4 and Nathan Pillen on 6.
Yeah, he might be getting a little bit of turn there. They put a slip in there for Buckley. So Zach Simmons bowling really well here at the moment. Good spell of bowling.
Yeah, he's doing his job for his team and his skipper Trent Ball, who's put plenty of faith in him right throughout the Regional Bash series. As Simmons in again, and it's on a good length, and Buckley just clips it down to deep mid-on. There'll be a single. Jack Craig comes in. Chance for the second. No, that's a great throw there from Jack Craig. He's got a bullet arm, and it keeps the scoring to 1. It's 2 for 34. And we've got 2 balls left in the 9th over. Here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, the Sydney Thunder Regional Conference Final between the Orana Outlaws and the Border Bullets. Simmons, short run up and on line to the stumps, and Buckley clips it off his toes, and they'll get a single to Nathan Brown, who comes around from square leg, throws into keeper Saraman. 1 further run to the score. It's 2 for 35, and it's just doing it bit by bit at the moment, Simon.
Good spell from Simmons. He's in his 3rd over, nearly completing it. 2 for 9. Got the 2 very important wickets, so he'd like to finish off with another one.
To complete his 3rd over, Zach Simmons. And it's outside off stump, and Pillen just cuts it directly to point. And there's no scoring there, and that completes the 9th over.
Yeah, the Outlaws are 2 down for 35 for the Newmarket Hotel. And we're back again for the Newmarket Hotel, or the Newey as we like to call it. Massive supporters of cricket. Actually, big day at the Newey today. A lot of people have packed the pub to watch this game on the big screen. They're streaming it live. And Nordo, I believe Phil's got a bit of a special on today.
Yeah, Phil's got a special on, all right. There's you can get a schooner at midi prices, so $4.20. So that's not a bad...
What are we doing here?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're there, just head on down the Newmarket, kick back, air-conditioned comfort on the big screen, and grab yourself a big one.
And they'll be enjoying the performance so far for the Border Bullets. They have the Outlaws 2 down for 35. A very impressive start for the Bullets. Zach Simmons has the 2 wickets, and all bowlers have really backed up their captain Trent Ball exceptionally well, boys.
Yeah, it's been a good combined team effort so far, Simo. And it's Cameron White who's going to come back on, who bowled the first couple of overs from the Paddington end. And he will bowl to Greg Buckley, who is on 5. Nathan Pillen is not out 7 at the other end. And Buckley drives straight back past the bowler. He's hit it too well, I reckon. They won't even get the single here because it got to mid-off pretty quickly, but a nice bit of work too. And does keep the score into 1 run. It's 2 for 36 at the start of the 10th over.
Yeah, good piece of fielding down there by Jack Craig. He's going from end to end.
He's got an arm, hasn't he?
He's played a bit of baseball and he's really strong with that throw, so nice and flat. And you've got to have the right fielders in the right areas in a game like this.
So this will bring Nathan Pillen on strike. And you get the feeling the charge is going to start soon as White comes in and Pillen, he just decides to knock it wide of mid-on into the bit of a gap. And in from the boundary, Nathan Brown comes in. It's a short boundary on that side of the ground, the eastern side of the ground. He just keeps the score into 1. 2 for 37. 9.2 overs gone.
We're fast approaching the halfway mark, aren't we, Robbie? And I would like to know your thoughts on the score so far. I would think it's well below what the Outlaws were expecting at the halfway mark.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, Simo. As White comes in, bowls to Buckley, and Buckley has a flash outside all stump, straight through to the keeper, Sarriman. No score, 2 for 37. Yeah, I guess now, Simon, they've only been going around about 4 runs and over. I think they're probably going to lower their sights and maybe looking at probably around about maybe 130 max even from here. They'd still have to score at 9 runs and over from there.
Yeah, they will. 2 wickets hurts, just that continual rotation of new batsmen coming out. So big wickets, obviously, Nathan Pillen.
And it is White bowls to Buckley. Lovely shot. Down through mid-on. Ball can't save it. And that'll go all the way to the boundary. Lovely shot there from Greg Buckley. Beautiful on drive. And a score now up to 2 for 41. 9.4 overs gone. The Orana Outlaws batting. Buckley on 10, Pillen on 8.
Yeah, it was a good shot. It was not much Ball could do about that. Just sails past him. And just as we spoke, they need to just ramp things up a bit. And that's exactly what young Greg Buckley is doing for the Outlaws.
He did. So we White in again. I reckon he might get a little bit shorter here, White, and he does this time. Oh, he's a bit stiff there, Buckley. He has smashed the ball back straight at the stumps. And I reckon that one was hurrying its way to the boundary too, boys. But it's a bit of misfortune there for the Outlaws. Simon, there's no score.
And that was 4 straight out of the bat, but unfortunately went straight into the wickets at the bowlers' end. Real bad luck for Buckley. It would have been consecutive boundaries, but sometimes you need a little bit of luck for the Bullets, and I am not too upset with that, mate.
Cam White's just going to have to adjust his length here a little bit as we see Long On now going back and third man coming up into the circle. He's just bowling a little bit of that slot ball, if you'd like, at the moment. He's just got to change it a bit.
Needs to get it on off stump. As White comes in now, Buckley charges him, finds a bit of a gap, whips it off his toes. They should come back for 2 here. No, they won't. Well done, Trent Ball. He got to it quickly, and I reckon he might have just blown his cover with a bit of a powder puff throw in the end. And I think they'll note that one in the memory back, Simon. That's the end of the 10th over.
And it's also the halfway mark, and the Border Bullets at the moment have the Outlaws 2 wickets down for 42 for Ground Up Building Products. Welcome back for Ground Up Building Products. Local suppliers of PGH, Boral and Austral bricks, of course, AWS windows, pavers, retaining walls, renders and moulds. You can check out the showroom and the outdoor displays at the corner of Ebden and Townsend Street, South Albury. Of course, Ground Up Building Products, big supporters of all things sport and auto.
Yeah, they do a great job down there, Jeff, and the 2 Glens and Kane.
And don't forget Mr. President of Gindra, Andy Stewart, as well.
Stewart, yes, he's doing some wonderful work at the moment. We've got a change of bowling here. It'll be Matt Armstrong to come on and probably continue some of those sliding off-spin balls that have claimed 2 wickets. So really another good move here and quality leader and good bowler, Robbie.
Yeah, he's Matty Armstrong. Played a lot of good cricket in the ACT. Led Tallangatta to that famous win in the grand final last year. Oh, it's a full toss early doors, and that gets smashed through the offside for 4 runs. And that's a lovely shot from Greg Buckley, and that's not the start Armstrong was looking for. Score goes along to 2 for 46, and we've started the 11th over.
I'm a little bit surprised Simmons didn't bowl out. He only had one more over to come. I'm not sure why you'd sort of hold him back for one more over. He was certainly bowling so well as well. But anyway, let's hope that doesn't come back to bite them, boys.
Always tricky when a bowler comes on, his first ball goes to the boundary. It puts you under immediate pressure. And Armstrong, that's well flighted and well delivered. And they just tuck it round the corner for a single. So Buckley moves along to 16, Pillon's on 8, and the Orana Outlaws are 2 for 47, winning the toss and batting, and we're in the 11th over.
I'd like to see Matty Armstrong just bowl the ball fairly flat and fast because it seemed to work for Simo.
Armstrong in again now, and he's had a listen to Nordo, and that's exactly what he does as Pillon punches it back with a point down towards the boundary, and Farrell comes in with a good throw, and it keeps the score into 1. It's 2 for 48. On a beautiful day in Sydney.
Gets the job done. Just those flat balls at the wickets. A little bit of flight here could be fairly costly.
Armstrong now to Buckley, who looks in good nick, and he tries to sweep down the leg side. And that'll be our first wide for the innings, I think it is. So just drifting down the leg side. There's a nice big gap behind square leg as well too. So Matty Armstrong, he's just got to keep the ball on off stump. And Buckley just dictating terms here with the stick as Buckley drives hard to mid-off. It'll just be the single. Down to Cameron White. And the score, that's the 50 up. And it is 2 for 50. And it took 56 balls. So you'd take that start, Simon.
Building a good innings here, Buckley, isn't he? He's moved on to 17 and looking very, very capable with the bat.
Armstrong now, well flighted. Pillon off one step. Has he got a hand on it? No, he hasn't. So the ball hit the stumps at the bowler's end. And it was a slight appeal from an enthusiastic fieldsman at Gully. And there was no hand on the ball at all there, Nordo, but it did save probably a couple of runs.
Yeah, it did. It was another straight hit and hit very well. Hitting the ball straight, they do off this wicket because there's not a lot of bounce in it because it's such a great wicket.
Armstrong now to finish his first over, and the ball from Pillon is smashed straight to short cover. No further runs there. So after the 11 overs, Simon, it's 2 for 50.
Yeah, 11 overs are down for Lawrence's Furniture 1 Sleep Lab. Back here for Lawrence's Furniture 1 Sleep Lab. That's right, Big Johnny Lawrence has the only one of its kind on location. It's called the Body Scanner, boys. It can scan your body type, and then Johnny and the team will custom make the mattress to best suit you. It's no one size fits all at Lawrence's Furniture 1. It's revolutionary, and it is the only one in the country that's Furniture's 1. As we have another bowling change, boys, and it is Nathan Brown to come on to bowl for the Bullets.
It is. Big Nath Brown, of course, who earlier in the year tried out for the Sydney Thunder Regional Rookie Trial Program up in the ACT. Performed pretty well too. It didn't get through. But here he is. He's bowling his first ball of his spell, and he's bowling it to Buckley. And he gets a bit of bounce there as it goes through to keeper Sarriman.
Buckley hung his bat out there for a while, doing his best to get a bit of an edge there too for Brown.
Bit of bounce.
Yeah, big lump of a lad, Big Brownie. Just lopes in there, but he's starting to develop into a good young cricketer and a good young man. So really good job for the Border Bullets in game 1. Let's see if he can back it up.
Now Nathan Brown, he's steaming in from the round again. He goes short again, and again Buckley can't get him away. And the ball goes out. Might be a leg by here, and it is. It's hit him fair in the guts. That's the only way to describe it, Nordo. And they'll run through for a leg by, which is ironical when it hits you in the stomach, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's the first time.
Thank you very much.
It is. It's the first time we've seen someone zing the ball through here. So even that one there was going to go through to Nat Sarriman about chest high if he had missed it.
Brown in again now. He's made a good start. And this time again, I reckon he's beaten Pillon for a little bit of pace there.
I agree.
And it goes through to keeper Sarriman, who fumbled it. And the score stays at 2 for 51. Good start from the young paceman.
Yeah, he's bowling a bit of fire, isn't he, Brown? He's pushing him through a bit too quick at the moment. It's just continue. What a great season he's had, the young man, the young under-21 player here for the Bullets.
Well, his brother Ryan returns to Australia tomorrow, and he'll be back playing for Lavington as Brown comes in, and Brown bowls it, and he keeps it full, and all Pillon can do is drive it down to the man at deep mid-off, and they'll get through for a single. So there'll be two Browns back in tandem for the Lavington Panthers, Simon. And that spells trouble for a lot of batsmen around the board, I reckon.
Of course, an outright for Lavington yesterday over the Wodonga Raiders. Didn't take long at all to clean them up.
No, as Brown played a big part of that, and now he's playing a big part in the Border Bullets efforts here, and he goes here, Buckley, off the top edge, and it is caught by Armstrong, takes a good catch, running back at deep point, and the timing of that wicket is perfect for the Bullets. They get the breakthrough, and it's the danger man, Buckley, who's on his way. It's free for 52.
That's reward for effort, because Brown had done them for pace. Good bowling. You love to see the young boy get results, and it was an important wicket too, because Buckley was really starting to build a partnership with Pillen, and that is the Outlaws' third wicket down. And a good catch too by Matty Armstrong. He's got a safe pair of hands, Dome.
Yeah, he has, and great work, great effort from the Border Bullets. Their bowlers are doing a really good job, backed up with some really good fielding. But as we have a look on the replay there, just getting tied down with the first couple of balls from Nathan Brown, and I think the Outlaws have been tied down full stop at the moment, and they're in a bit of strife here. That's 3 down for not many at all, 52. So, yeah, got some work to do. It
is a reasonably strong batting lineup, the Bullets I'm talking about, but it has been the bowling so far in this tournament that's really impressed me. They were fantastic in game 1 and they backed it up in game 2. And the boys are continuing at Nathan Brown, Zach Simmons, Yench and the likes are really doing a good job for Chent Ball. And I'm sure Robbie Jackson will be a happy man.
Yeah, Simon, I think the best batsman for the Outlaws has come into the crease now. Michael Katali, originally from Cowra, plays cricket at Queanbeyan now. I saw him in action last season in the New South Wales Country Championships up at Griffith, and he made a very fast and rapid 60 runs on that day. On that occasion, Cameron White bowled an over to him, and he hit him for 2 sixes and 2 fours in the 1 over, all over cover. So this kid can play. He is a real goer. Little chunky left-hander.
That's not what I wanted to hear, mate.
No, I'm just trying to build a bit of theatre up here, Simon. It's at 3 for 52. The Bullets have made a great start. We've got 1 ball to go in the 12th over as Nathan Brown comes in, bowls to Pillen, and Pillen hits it beautifully through point for 4 runs to complete 12 overs.
Yeah, 12 overs are gone. The Outlaws are 3 wickets down for 56 for KDEX Solar and Electrical. And welcome back for KDEC Solar and Electrical. Of course, Cam Walker and the KDEC team are Albury and Wodonga's premier electrical contracting business and solar designer. They design the solar, they install it, they offer a large range of panels and inverters to meet your every budget. They have a solution no matter how big or how small your job is. And Robbie, as at KDEC Solar Electrical, you did a nice ad for them on the TV, as Richie would say. Good decision, that.
Superb effort, Simon. No, the good KDEC lads doing well, and great supporters of cricket on the border too, Simon. Fantastic. And we do all our listeners. I know we've got a big listening audience today down there in 1494 and 200 and Albury Wodonga, and plus on the internet, and the live stream that Cricket New South Wales are providing on just a wonderful occasion. A great day for cricket, for regional cricketers to get this chance to play at the SCG. Hope you're enjoying it all, and we've got a good contest on. We had a ripping game in the first match, with the Illawarra Flames narrowly losing by just 5 runs to the Northern Inland Bolters. That game went to the wire.
Yeah, and 90 runs to Tyson.
Tyler Edwards.
Edwards. What an incredible knock that was too. With 3 massive sixes too. He's a power hitter, that young man.
So here's Armstrong, and he bowls to Michael Katali, who just bunts it to short gully, and Pillen says no, and they don't run. So this is the two. I think these 2 bats from the crease now, Nordo, Katali and Pillen, both can really lift the run rate. It's going to be a big test here as Katali, though, can't get this one away from Armstrong, who I think he likes bowling around the wicket here, Nordo.
Yeah,
so
he
Katali,
does.
Squeeze him up a bit.
Absolutely. There's 46 balls left in this innings at a run rate of 4.5 at the moment, so they'll have to do something here.
Armstrong around the wicket from the Paddington end, bowls to Katali, who's just bunts the ball straight back to him, so 3 dot balls in a row. And it's the wicket, Brown taking the wicket of Buckley could not have come at a better time, could it?
It slows the scoring down. Katali's got to find his way in now, and of course he's got to deal with the slow pace, and then Brown with his pace at the other end.
There's Armstrong, who's taken the pace off the ball, and Katali just sweeps it out to deep mid-wicket. They'll only get 1 run. Short boundary on the eastern side of the ground. And that's all it is. So Katali's off the mark. Nathan Pillen's on 14. And 12.4 overs gone. The Orana Outlaws, after winning the toss and batting, are 3 for 57.
Yeah, Nathan Pillen will be the big wicket here for the Border Bullets. He's nearly going to have to bat, the remaining overs, to try and post some sort of total. I just can't see him getting up over that sort of 120 mark at the moment, but look, there's still a long way to go.
So it'll be Armstrong, bowls to Pillen, and Pillen just punches it in front of point. They'll take the single, as they'll take that, the Border Bullets. It's not a bad result this time of the innings. After making such a good start, you can afford to give away singles here, Nordo.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been too many fours hit, but I reckon in the last 43 balls, there's going to have to be a few fours and maybe some sixes because they're way behind the run rate here.
Here goes Armstrong to complete his over. Bowls to Katali, and Katali sweeps it high and long over square leg for 6 runs. And that's the Michael Katali we've seen, Simon. That's the end of the over.
In the over, the Outlaws with a big 6 to Michael Katali go to 3 out for 64 for the Commercial Club Albury. We're back at the Plan B Regional Bash Finals from the SCG for the Commercial Club Albury. If you're looking for some silver service fine dining, you can't go past the Commercial Club's Red Room. Open from Tuesday right through to Saturday. The Commercial Club is Albury's finest club. The Outlaws are 3 down for 64 as Nathan Brown continues.
Brown now, he'll bowl to Nathan Pillen, and it's short, and Pillen tries to heave it off the back foot through point, and it goes through to the keeper, Saruman, no score. Boys, that 13th over, there was 8 runs scored off it. That is the highest amount of runs scored off any of the overs so far in the innings. Which is, you almost concede that, wouldn't you, Nordo? That's not too bad. Normally a lot of double-figure overs.
Yeah, well, absolutely. They're going to have to try and get after Nathan Brown here, though. He just can't keep bowling those balls half-track.
He's in now. And Pillen, this time, just punches it wide of mid-off. They should come back for 2 runs, and they will. Katali's quick down at the non-striker's end. And that's good teamwork. That's good running. And 2 more runs to Nathan Pillen. He goes along to 17. And the score is 3 for 66.
Yeah, a little bit short by Nathan Brown, but otherwise doing okay for the Border Bullets. Got the good wicket in his last over, and let's hope another one.
Brown now to Pillen. And it's full. And this time Pillen just drives again. It'll only be the single down to deep mid-off. And it's picked up cleanly. And does restrict the scoring to 1 run. It's 3 for 67. We've gone halfway through the 14th over. In the Plan B Regional Bash Sydney Thunder Regional Conference Final, the Orana Outlaws winning the toss and batting up against the Border Bullets.
The Bullets once again have been pretty crisp in the field. Just the one catch going down to keeper Nat Saruman. He made up for it with a smart piece of glove work for a wonderful stumping off the bowling of Zach Simmons. So all in all, their fielding has been reasonably impressive. They've worked very hard on it in the last 3 or 4 months or so.
Field placing's been spot on, Nordo, I reckon.
Yeah, Cade Brown really helping Trent out there, and so is Nat Saruman. Just getting the lines and making sure that they're right. Yeah, just in the infield there, just directing traffic, doing a great job.
Big Nathan Brown, he bustles in now. He bowls to Katali, who tries to whip him off his toes, wraps him on the pads, and it goes out to a short gully. Picked up there by Trent Ball, and it's a leg by. The score along now to 3 for 68. And we're well into the 14th over. 6 overs after this. 7 wickets in hand, still in their favour for the Orana Outlaws. A couple of big hitters to come in yet. Young Benny Patterson likes to give the ball a bit of a whack. And they'll be looking, Simon, I reckon, to probably try to score 50 runs off that last 4 overs at least. So what that can bank from, we're not sure. Here's Brown. He bowls to Pillen. Pillen blasts it high over cover. 1 bounce over the fence. And that's a sensational shot from Nathan Pillen. That was pure class. He just heaved it, Nordo, over cover for 4 runs. He goes along to 22 and the score's 3 for 72.
Yeah, well, it's such a big area out there. Massive outfielders. Just plenty of space to hit the ball. Once again, a little bit short there from Nathan Brown. Just needs to tidy it up a little bit because that's the result when you're bowling against a quality player.
He looks like the sort of batsman, Pillen, where you've got to, don't let him free the arms up at all. He needs to be full and spearing in on middle and leg stump. Now, Ball's made the adjustment. Captain Trent Ball, he sent Alex Popko out to a Very deep cover. He's about 15 metres in from the boundary as Brown to complete his second over. Bowls to Pillon, and Pillon this time he hits him through cover point. The fieldsman will come round from deep extra cover, and he does well. He did really well, Drew Cameron, to keep the score into 1 run. I reckon the batsman probably missed out on a chance there. That completes the 14th over.
Yeah, after 14 overs, and a good over it was too for the Outlaws. They are 3 down for 73 for Muffin Break. We're back at the SCG for the Plan B Regional Bash for Muffin Break. Beat the heat this summer with a fantastic Muffin Break milkshake. Of course, that's Muffin Break, Albury, Lavington and Wodonga. And a big cheerio to Johnny McMuffin Break. Johnny McMillan, of course, who is in the car and listening at the moment. Just sent us a message saying the boys sound like they're doing a good job, and they certainly are, Johnny McMuffin.
Johnny McMuffin. Yeah, good operator, Johnny. Another great supporter, great volunteer too in Cricket Wodonga. And we've got a change in the bowling. It's going to be Nordo. Looks like we're going back to spin.
Yeah, Zach Simmons is going to come back on and probably bowl his 4th over. Really good start there. He's got 2 wickets.
He bowls to Pillon, who's on 23, and Pillon blasts it to point. And he can't beat the fieldsman there of Trent Ball. And he doesn't score, so the score stays at 3 for 73.
They seem to turn to Simmons every time they need a wicket, and I'm sure they would like to see maybe Pillon back in the shed, so let's see what Simmons can do.
Simmons now keeps it short. Pillon off the back foot, hits it towards mid-wicket, and despite some good work there from Alex Popko, he can't restrict the scoring, and they'll take a run. It's 3 for 74. We're in the 15th over, and they just got to keep hanging on here, Nordo, the Bullets. They've made a good start, and just been 8 runs and 9 runs off the last 2 overs. So the Orana Outlaws are certainly working themselves back into the game.
Yeah, they are 2 quality batsmen out there at the moment, but we've got a quality bowler who's taken 2 for 10. A couple of really important breakthroughs at the start of this innings, and fingers crossed we either tie him down or get another wicket here.
Simmons in to Katali. Katali through point. Oh, has he got it through the gap? He has. Fieldsman got a bit of hand on it. Might keep the scoring. Might prevent a boundary. And it's gone all the way out there. Drew Cameron does some nice work. Now he's got to heave the ball back in from a long way. And he does really well. He keeps the scoring to 3. It's a long, long boundary out there. And probably not great running there from the Outlaws. And the scoring goes up to 3 for 77. Pillon's on 24. And Katali, the danger man, on 10.
That was desperate fielding by Pretty Boy Cameron, but wasn't it? He worked really hard and his return was good. It just shows an example of how desperate the Bullets are just to restrict that total of the Outlaws. Good work there, Drew Cameron.
Probably 4 runs out there, isn't it, Nordo? They're nearly going to run the 4.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just, a little bit of slack effort there.
Now, here's a chance for Pillon, but he gets off the back foot there. Trent Ball shows plenty of aggression there at point, throws the ball quickly to the non-striker's end, and there's no run. It's 3 for 77. We've got 2 balls left in the 15th over. It's the Orana Outlaws batting, having won the toss against the Border Bullets.
And this will be Simmons' last over. What a great spell it has been. 2 wickets for 13 are his figures. Got the opening wicket of the game. He's bowled very well.
Simmons now, well flighted, off the back foot. Oh, lovely shot from Pillon. It went the journey over cover for 6, and that was pure muscle. He blasted away, and the score goes along to 3 for 83, and Pillon's on to 30. What a shot.
Well, no, Dome did mention if this bloke is to stay up for the duration of the innings, he's going to have a big impact for the Outlaws, and he's certainly doing that. He's just cruised along to 30 in a blink of the eye.
Well, he pinpointed that short boundary there, Nordo. And he found it. He lifted it. He carried it. Again, off the back foot. This time he punches it wide of cover. The fieldsman does a great job on the cover boundary and keeps the score into 1. And that will let Nathan Pillon retain strike. That's the end of the 15th over.
15 overs are gone. The Outlaws are 3 down for 84 for Hutchin and Pearce. And we're back here at the SCG for the Plan B Regional Bash. It is the Outlaws taking on our very own Border Bullets. We're doing it for Hutchin and Pearce, and Hutchin and Pearce wants you to go the green and gold this summer with a John Deere. Of course, John Deere, great mowers, rider mowers, harvesters, seeders, tractors, and plenty of accessories at John Deere. It's a bit like the Aussie cricket team, Robbie. They are absolutely in a league of their own.
Nordo, just good indication how the Orana Outlaws have got themselves back into the game here. Off the last 3 overs, been a combined total of 28 runs, 8, 9 and 11. So building nicely.
Yeah, they are. The wickets fell early, but now the runs are starting to flow. The key, obviously, into the innings batting side of it is to keep wickets in hand for a bit of a dash at the end. I just hope they haven't left their dash too late, but these two guys can certainly get going.
So here it is. It's Cameron White back into the attack, and he bowls to Pillen. And he punches out to deep cover for 1 run. And that, Simon, will bring Katali on strike. The score's at 3 for 85. And I'll repeat what I said last time when Katali came to the wicket. Last time I saw these two go head-to-head, it was Katali went 6, 6, 4, 4 in 1 over.
And Katali, we certainly knows he can hit the ball. So can Pillen. So there'll be no rest for the wicket out there for Cameron White, who you said was married on Friday. So that's great commitment to spend his honeymoon up here.
Well, this will be the first test of his relationship, Simon, because he's going to meet an old foe here in Michael Katali. And he's got that short boundary on the offside as White comes in, bowls to Katali, and he just plays a little dab cut shot. Straight to gully, no run there, so good work in the field.
Was that somewhat anticlimactic, Robbie, after you built up that rivalry between the two?
No, there's still a bit of time to come here in the game yet, so it's all part of a bit of theatre, Simon, as you know.
Working beautifully.
It's just, some things you never forget when you watch a game of cricket.
I'll tell you what, one thing we won't forget are these uniforms from the Border Bullets. I reckon they look outstanding. They're just really
you like them?
I do. I'm a big fan.
Wow, here we go. So here comes White, bowls to Katali, and well bowled Cameron White. He yorked him, and all he could do was butt it out to a short cover. Cade Brown picked it up. They get a single. It's 3 for 86.
They are beautiful outfits. They look like a sunrise or crisp $50 notes as you pull them out of your wallet. That's exactly what they look like.
Pretty while since you've plucked one out of the wallet, mate.
Oh, you seem to stuff plenty in yours.
I'll tell you what, there's a few boys out there, we've said it before, they fill out those shirts nicely. You've got big Alex Popko, Dave Farrell, Trent Ball, magnificent.
Here we go. Cam White bowls to Pillen, and Pillen, he just punches it. A full ball out to deep cover, and it's just the 1 run. So it's 3 for 87. That's the Devils' number, Simon. 15.4 overs gone. Katali's on 11 and Nathan Pillen's on 33.
Of course, we have the Cricket Orbit chairman up here with us, Michael Earljack, and he just reiterated my point. He pulled out a $50 note, and I think he's got plenty of them in his wallet. And it did look a lot like the Bullets uniform.
You could bungee jump off Earljack's wallet, mate. Is that thick? So as White comes in now, bowls to Katali, and Katali's out, is he? Yes, he is.
Well,
good
Bob
catch taken at point by Trent Ball. And that has brought an end to the danger man. He didn't have time to drop it. He thrashed it to point. And Trent Ball took a good catch. And Michael Katali is out for 11. And the score is 4 for 87. We're in the 16th over.
Well, I won't hope those just listening on the radio, but those are also enjoying the vision, the footage from Bar TV. I'm looking forward to the replay because Trent Ball absolutely bobbled that one, I tell you what. But he hung on to it, and then Nordo, I loved his celebration, didn't you?
Yeah, well, his celebration was good, but that went straight to him like a rocket, and I reckon that got him fair in the navel. And I reckon that's the only reason why it stuck. And we're just saying how they fill out these shirts. Well, I'll tell you what, he fills it out, and it got him right where in the soft spot. I reckon that's why it stuck.
Here's a replay, and there was a little bit of a bobble, but he managed to hang on to it. It was a captain's catch, and look at the celebration. The arms are out. Because there's a key wicket. It's that man, Michael Katali. So Cameron White gets the sweet revenge there, Robbie McKinlay, with an important wicket of Katali.
If you're a cricket ball and you're trying to escape from someone's midriff, Trent Ball's midriff is not the one I would target because it's ample and it had nowhere to go. It was just sunk in there, didn't it?
Jeez.
And he just dragged it out with his fingers. But it was a good catch by the captain, Trent Ball.
A couple of feet either side, and it was 4 runs.
Oh, yes.
So great wickets and well hit back from Cameron White.
Yes.
He's doing a good job. They started well, him and Matt Yench. They've been chipped in with Zach Simmons. Nathan Brown's taken a wicket. So really good efforts out there. 4 for 87. Run rate of 5.5. Only 25 deliveries left in this innings. Nathan Pillen's still out there on 33. He's got a big job to do.
And importantly, a new batsman too comes to the crease, so that always makes it tough to continue scoring. So what have we got? White with 1 ball to complete. What will be the 16th over, Robbie?
Yeah, it'll be James Ryan, the left-hander from Dubbo, the new batsman. And it'll be Cameron White charging in now, and White bowls it short of the length, and Ryan just knocks it down to deep third man, gets it through the gap. And that is the end of the over.
After 16 overs, the Orana Outlaws are 4 wickets down for 87 for Stockdale and Lego.
Zone 1494 2AY.
Welcome back for Stockdale and Lego for sales and property management on both sides of the border. You can't go past our good friend Chris Hood. Hoodie in the team. A part of his team is, of course, Pretty Boy Cameron, who's out there this afternoon. They have experience and a marketing approach to get the best possible result for you. So if you are looking to sell or, of course, rent your property, you can't go past Stockdale and Lego.
Bit of feedback too from our listeners back home on the border about Nordo's dress sense. G'day, Carl Jacker. Because Jacker's Choice, good friend of the critic, and 2AY. He reckons Nordo's dress sense is pretty ordinary. He likes this Bullets uniform. Now, it'll be Matty Armstrong. He comes in, he bowls to Jason Ryan. It's actually Jason O'Brien. James O'Brien, the new batsman, and there's been a correction made on the SCG scoreboard.
Yep.
So it is O'Brien who's on 1, the left-hander, and he's facing Matty Armstrong. The score's 4 for 88. And we are working our way towards the end of the innings here, and well-flighted delivery from Armstrong, and all O'Brien can do is just chip it down to mid-on, and there'll only be the 1 run there. Nice bit of work from Cameron White, and the score goes up to 4 for 89. Nordo, they're hanging in there, the Bullets, they're doing it really well.
Yeah, doing well. Zach Simmons been outstanding, and obviously Cameron White, fresh from the White wedding. He's come along to get that one in.
Good one, good one.
Yeah, look, he's been outstanding in the field with Jack Craig down here in front of us.
Oh, you won't miss a thing on 2AY. Very well done, Heath Norton.
Good, Nordo. Now, Armstrong's going to bowl round the wicket now to Pillen, and Pillen, he's bowled him! That's a big wicket! Pillen tried to smash him over deep mid-wicket. Armstrong rattled the cage, and that's the 5th wicket to fall. The Border Bullets have the Orana Outlaws in a bit of bother. 5 for 89.
That is a very big wicket. You said that Pillen was the man. He was the big hitter. He was out for 33. It was a good innings. But Matt Armstrong and the slow bowlers once again are doing the job for the Bullets. So very impressive work there for the Border Bullets. Trent Ball, look at them all there. What a team. They're very, very, very excited at the moment with the position they have themselves in. 5 for 89, and we have gone 16.3 overs. Good bowling, Nordo.
Yeah, look, it was. That hit the top of off. I said Nathan Pillen, very, very dangerous player. He looked at home out there in the middle of the SCG. He had a bit of a swagger about him and basically doing what he pleased, but that time just missed it, got it wrong. And great ball by Matt Armstrong. Just snuck past him, took the top of off. And they're in a little bit of strife now. Once again, the game of T20 cricket ebbs and flows. Well, it's back in the probably back in the court of the Border Bullets at the moment.
Yeah, and importantly, with just a little over 3 overs to go, we pretty well have 2 new batsmen at the crease for the Outlaws. Of course, Pattinson is the man that will walk to the crease, and O'Brien is there on 2. So a really solid position the Bullets have got themselves in.
Benny Patterson, a young quick bowler, Simon, but he's got a big reputation as a good late order hitter. He loves to hit the ball straight or over to mid-wicket here, and the big boundary out here won't suit him. At the other end of the ground, those short boundaries, Patterson can be a real threat here. He is a very clean hitter of the ball. But Armstrong, he's just knocked over Pillen. So if they could get rid of Patterson here, and as Nordo said, keep that scoring round to 120, as he comes in, and Patterson, all he can do is to drive it to the short cover, which is Cade Brown. So the score stays at 5 for 89. 2 deliveries to go in the 17th over. And, of course, all scores are available too, lads, on the available at regionalbash.com.au. Live scores and the full scorecard. If you go to that site, And it's well bowled by Armstrong. He's bowled a Yorker. And Patterson, who's looking a bit toey at the crease, all he can do is hit it straight back at the bowler. One ball to come in the 17th over. It's 5 for 89. Patterson on 0, O'Brien on 2. The Bullets have struck with the 2 big wickets of Michael Katali and Nathan Pillen. And to complete his over, Armstrong comes in and it's heaved out to deep mid-wicket on the first bounce to Drew Cameron, hurls it back in, and that completes the 17th over.
After 17 overs, the Outlaws are now 5 down for 90 for Insight Clinic Private Hospital. And welcome back with just 3 overs to go for Insight Clinic Private Hospital in the heart of Albury with theatres, a sleep laboratory. Of course, you've got wards that have a panoramic view. They provide a vast range of specialist surgery. And you always know with Dr. Dave Kerwin, you're in the best of care. It is the Orana Outlaws, 5 down for 90. The Bullets will continue. Nathan Brown has the figures of 1 for 13. He'll be the bowler.
He'll start the 18th over. So there's 18 balls left in the innings as Nathan Brown comes in, bowls to Patterson. And Powell, it's a big shout for LBW. And it is just going to go through for a leg by. Might have been going down the leg side there, Nordo, but certainly worth a shout.
Yeah, well, I think it's come off the bat. The umpire hasn't signalled anything, so
well,
I reckon that's probably why no one appealed, and he's not out.
Yeah, would have been a big shout otherwise. So that takes the score along to 5 for 91. And we've got 17 balls left in the innings.
Doing a great job here, the Border Bullets at the moment. 5 for 91, 17 balls remaining. They just need to stay on top of their game here.
Big Nath Brown from the Randwick end. He's in and he bowls to O'Brien. He goes straight back at the bowler. Good bit of work there from Brown. He bunted the ball on the bounce straight back at him. He didn't take it cleanly, Simon, but he certainly was no chance for run, and the score stays at 5 for 91.
And, of course, the 2 new batsmen are going to struggle a bit to pick up the early pace of Nathan Brown. He's been sending him down very quick this afternoon. So he's got his team in a good position.
Nath Brown now. He's bowling in to O'Brien, and O'Brien gets a Yorker, and all he can do is just butt it, and it goes out to cover, and Cade Brown grabs it, and you'll hand it back onto his namesake, Nathan Brown, who's doing a wonderful job for the Bullets. It is 17.3 overs gone, and it is 5 for 92. Patterson on 2 and O'Brien on 3.
Yeah, these last few overs, you really want to get as many of those Yorkers in as possible because they're trying to free their arms up. They've, there's still 5 wickets in the shed, so hopefully Nathan Brown keeps getting it right.
Brown in now to Patterson, and he just, well, again, just hits the ball, a full ball, straight back at the bowler. A Yorker, beautifully delivered, and there's no score. Score stays at 5 for 92. And he's just looking for that length ball, isn't he, here, Nordo? Patterson, he's got his eye on that short mid-wicket boundary, but thus far, Brown hasn't given him anything to look at. As he charges in again, the big fella from Lavington, and it's full, and he's got an inside edge, and it's cruelly gone down to fine leg. That'll be 4 runs. And it was almost the perfect Yorker, but that's the way T20 cricket can go, and that's a badly needed boundary for the Outlaws. Patterson gets a streaky shot down to fine leg for 4. He goes to 6. O'Brien's on 3, and it's 5 for 96.
Yeah, look, that's a tough one. Just if he's going to pit the ball probably right up on the toes of the batsman, wouldn't be a bad idea maybe to have a fine leg. I'm not sure who you'd bring up though. Probably, long on could possibly come into the circle, but anyway, he just got it wrong there. That's just bad luck for Nath Brown.
Yep, now Brown in again to finish the over. And this time it's full, and it's swatted out to deep mid-wicket. It'll be just the single, and it's a good return in, and that does complete the 18th over.
After 18 overs, the Outlaws are now 5 down for 97 for Martins Albury.
for 98. 11 balls left. The Bullets are doing well here. Orana Outlaws won the toss and batted. It was Nathan Pillen, top scorer so far. 33 or 32 balls, included 3 fours and a 6. But him and Michael Katali went out within an over of each other. And that's
2 key wickets, weren't they?
Huge wickets. Katali taken by a smart catch by Trent Ball at point. There's Armstrong. In now to O'Brien, and it's beaten him, and they'll run a bye here. Might have come off the keeper's pads, I reckon. And they've hurried through for a bye. Is it? No, he's got a bit of an edge on that.
Oh, so there's nearly a
bottom
chance,
edge.
was it?
So a tough chance, Nordo, but you're not going to say we should have caught that, are you?
No,
No?
I'm not sure whether it actually came off the keeper's pad or not, but yeah, I think Matty Armstrong was a little bit disappointed in that. I think he was going up for the LB.
All right, well, he comes around the wicket, and here's Patterson. Nice shot. He sweeps him behind fine leg. There's plenty of room out there. It's Cameron who will run around from deep mid-wicket, and they will come back for 3 runs. So nice shot there from O'Brien, and they collect themselves 3 runs for the shot. So
it also brings up the 100, Robbie.
The 100's up, Simon. It's 5 for 102. But I think they'd like to have a few more on the board than that. And if the Bullets can stay strong here over the last 9 balls this innings, they'd take anything under 120, would they, Nordo?
Yeah, absolutely. 9 balls left, 120, maybe 125, but that'd be enough.
Armstrong bowls now, and O'Brien plays and misses straight through to the keeper. Well done, Matt Armstrong. Another dot ball ticks over. 8 balls left in innings, 5 for 102. Winning the toss and batting, the Outlaws. Armstrong in now, on a length, short, tries to heave it, he'll be caught, he is! Cade Brown takes the catch, running back from a short mid-wicket, and that is the end of O'Brien for 4, and the score is 6 for 102, and we're into the 19th over.
Yeah, good work. Safe hands of Cade Brown. Armstrong, he probably had a forgettable opening over. He was struggling to find his length, and but since then he's been really impressive, and that's his second wicket too for the afternoon. So well done to Matty Armstrong. And another wicket means no more runs. So the Border Bullets in a really commanding position here.
Yeah, they've bowled really well. They've fielded well. They've just got that continuous flow of new batsmen coming into the crease. They're 6 down now. They're the run rate about 5.5, 8 balls left of this innings. And you just hope that Matty Armstrong finishes off, I was about to say, because he went for a few off the last, maybe 1, 2 of his overs. The last couple of balls. So really good effort there, good field placement, and 120 now is going to be hard to get.
And it looks like, is it Jason Ryan that will come to the crease for the Orana Outlaws? Can you tell us much about Jason Ryan, Robbie?
Yeah, he's probably going hard at the ball early in his innings, probably not his perfect role, whereas young Patterson, who he's happy to sort of slap pretty quickly, but Ryan's one that likes to sort of work his way into the game, but he really hasn't got time to do it, Simon. He's got to run the gauntlet here, so... Yep, he's no time to look at him, Nordo, from here. 7 balls left, score at 6 for 102. Couple of balls will look to be taking wickets here too, Nordo. That'll knock the score around as well.
Yeah, well, they've got the field well spread here, so if you can just keep the ball up and on off stump, really going to be tough to score.
Okay, here he comes. And now he sweeps it aggressively down to mid behind square leg. And it's picked up by Nathan Brown. Lovely throw back into the keeper. Keeps the score into 1, and that completes the 19th over.
So with just 1 over to go in the Outlaws innings, they are 6 wickets down for 103 for the famous Australian Sign Company. We're back at the SCG for the Plan B Regional Bash Finals between the Outlaws and the Bullets. We're doing it for the famous Australian Sign Company. Alan Wood may think he's famous, and I'm inclined to disagree. But if you want your car or business to be famous, go and get it signed by the famous Australian Sign Company. You can see him at Car Cooler Street in Albury.
Good man, Al.
Great man. Except he's a St Kilda Porter
that's
dome.
okay.
So.
It's all right. He knows hardship. He'll work his way through it.
He does a lot for the community, and yeah, good fella. So 1 over to go here, 6 for 103. I can't see
Give us the
make
score.
it 17 off this to get their 120. I reckon maybe 112, 113.
Yep.
That'll nearly pull it up. Maybe 10 off this over. There you go.
He's the most accurate voice in cricket, isn't he, on the border, Simon, is Heath Norton. So he's saying around about 112, 113.
That wasn't entirely accurate, that statement. But
All right, here it is. It's Nathan Brown. He's bowling to Patterson, who still looms as a danger. Patterson goes bang!
Wow.
Look at that one disappear. That is into the second tier, if you don't mind. He got a length ball from Brown, and he's hit it a mile. Absolute mile into the Bill O'Reilly stand. And the score goes up to 6 for 109. He says, get that up, you Heath Norton. We might have a bit more in the bank yet.
Oh, we don't care which team hits sixes. We just love a big six, and that was certainly that. Didn't he pick up that early? And it went deep into the Bill O'Reilly stand.
Well,
as you said, I don't think it went down the steps. It's gone into the car park.
How are they going to get the ball back? There's no one over there in the O'Reilly stand at the moment. So unless there's a couple of pigeons who've got the presence of mind to pick it up and throw it back, no chance. That's a lost ball. And we can see, look at Bruce Whitehouse, the country cricket programs manager, is just operating there very smartly down the boundary line. Nice little throw back in, and he's going to have to bowl another ball. But that is a danger that Ben Patterson can do, Simon.
Oh,
He's a huge hitter of the ball. That was massive, absolutely massive.
Gee, we saw some big sixes in the early game, but I would almost suggest that's the biggest six we've seen so far this afternoon. Really picked it up earlier, just went bang.
And he's a confident young fella, young Benny Patterson. He's got a nice feel about himself at the moment there, Simon. He's feeling okay. Look at him just sort of strutting around the crease and saying to young Brownie, well, give us another one there, mate. He needs to be...
I think they
won't get that ball back.
I think they're keen to get it back.
Yep. That's closer to Coogee Beach than it is to the Sydney Cricket Ground wicket at the moment. So here we go. It'll be Nathan Brown. He'll come in. He'll bowl to Patterson again. And Patterson, a big shout for LBW, is it? It's bowled him. And Brown gives him a nice little mouthful too to send him on his way. He tried to sweep a Yorker, and it's knocked him over. And Nathan Brown responds beautifully with the dangerous Patterson bowled for 18. It's 7 for 109 with 4 balls to go.
Well, it is the perfect way to respond if you're a fast bowler. Nobody likes to be hit for a 6, and Nathan Brown, he would have had steam coming out of his ears, but it was a great ball. And it did look at first that it was a shout for LB, but it was straight through and bowled him. So Nathan Brown picks up his second wicket, Nathan Brown. So once again, he's continued his wonderful regional bash series, actually, Nathan Brown. He was the player of the match in the opening game, and he continues to get wickets for the Bullets when they need them.
Yeah, that was really clever bowling. Just went straight at the base of off stump and said, righto, try and hit this one for 6, pal. And that's how you answer that one. And, they've only got 6 off this over so far.
Yeah, good response. So set the picture. It's the Orana Outlaws, won the toss and batted. They are 7 for 109. We've gone 4 balls to go in the innings. The early game today, Illawarra Flames were chasing 147. They fell 5 runs short. So going on the first game, Simon, this score is a little bit under par.
Yeah, it's been a great bowling effort, but also a great fielding effort too. We've spoken about their fielding prowess for the previous 2 games, and they've brought it here at the G too, the SCG, I should say. I shouldn't call it the G. I got in trouble for saying that before, but they brought it here at the SCG. It's been a good all-round performance in the field with the ball from the Border Bullets. What are you laughing at, Nora?
Impressive. So, Nath Brown, 4 balls to left, coming in, bowling to Skinner, the new batsman. And Skinner, he just donks it down to deep mid-on for 1 run. They think about the second, but wisely say no. Score goes up to 7 for 110. And we've got 3 balls left, Simon. Matty Skinner is another boy from Dubbo. I reckon half Dubbo are here today. There's a long list of them.
If that's the case, there's not too many people that live in Dubbo.
One of the great inland cities of Australia, Simon. You've already upset Goulburn. Don't go upsetting Dubbo, mate.
Nathan Brown doing a tremendous job here, keeping the ball right up on the stumps. Hopefully the last 3 balls right up in the block hole. That's the name of the game, and he should finish off really strong here, and he's bowled really well.
Now, here he comes. Big Nathan Brown bowling to Ryan, who's yet to score. And Ryan tries to sweep it. Big shout for LBW. Nordo liked it. Brown was still appealing, and they're going to run 2-leg buys, or are they? Yes, they get home in a hurry. That's a great bit of running. And it was a very close shout, Nordo. Nordo wants to go to the camera. But it's not in vogue today, Nordo. That's 2-leg buys to the Orana Outlaws.
You're right, Robbie. That was very smart running. While everybody stood there and appealed, they forgot about retreating the ball, and the boys picked up 2 where it really should have only been a single at best. So good running between the wickets there for the Outlaws.
But they'll take that, Simon. Not a boundary. This stage of the innings with And we're just waiting on the red. Nordo's very keen to see the replay.
Yeah, the
here,
Dome had his finger up
oh,
early.
he had him gone.
He triggered him.
So here comes Nathan Brown. 2 balls to go in the innings. In now, and it's a drive, and it's straight back at the stumps again. That's not the first time it's happened today. They'll come back for 2, and they should just make it. They do. So 2 more runs there to Ryan. He's off the mark, and it's 7 for 114. And there is just 1 ball left in this innings. That's the 3rd time in this innings that the Outlaws have straight driven the ball straight into the stumps. Simon, it's very unfortunate for them.
Luck certainly hasn't been on the Outlaws' side, but they have 1 ball to complete their innings. They're currently 7 down for 114. So certainly is going to be probably below the estimated score at the start of the innings.
So Brown to complete the innings. In now, bowls to Ryan, and he's gone for the keeper. Sarabhan has a shot, and he is not out. That is must be. Well, that is interesting. That one. He was well short of his crease, and Nat Sarabhan is questioning the umpire. What's happened here now? They've run a bye.
So they finish on 115, 7 down after their 20 overs.
But they seem a bit nonplussed why there wasn't. Anyway, that is the end of the innings. It's 7 for 115 after 20 overs. That's an outstanding fielding and bowling performance from the Border Bullets.
Yeah, what a great performance. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first 20 overs for both the Outlaws and the Bullets. But I think it was a commanding performance from the Bullets. This is the Regional Bash at the SCG on the Borders 1494 2AY.
These proud men are Plan B night watchmen. Just as cricket teams have a night watchman that comes in late to get the team home safely, if you've been out drinking, you need a Plan B night watchman. Someone you've organised to come and pick you up and get you home safely. This could be a cabbie or one of your local bus drivers. And here's another night watchman.
If I happened to be taking him home, I'd be the night watchman's night watchman.
Yes, you would. If you're drinking, a night watchman is a great Plan B to get you home safely.
Was now Mitch Bauer. Mitch out for 7, unlucky mate, but you guys are travelling along all right.
Yeah, look, we'd like to be a bit more than what we're at the moment. It was 10 overs to go. We were only on 42, so you know we've got wickets in hand here. So if we can push it along here, sort of at 8, 9 over now, we're still going to end up around that 130, 140 mark. And like I said, we've got wickets in the bank now, and these two are starting to push along. So if we can get that anywhere from 7 to 10 and over, you know, we'll still be backing our bowlers to get us home.
And how much would it mean to get through to this regional bash final?
Yeah, look, it's a once in a lifetime chance for some of our boys to come and play at the SCG. So to get 2 games and win it, it's a new concept out our way, and it's a new concept everywhere. So we just want to have a crack and get a result, yeah, and hopefully a win.
And from a bowler's perspective, what can you guys defend, do you think, comfortably?
I reckon if we can get 140 on the board, we're going to our bowlers are going to be able to do a job for us. Any less than that, we're going to have to, you know, really field well, and a couple of chances go our way.
Thanks. All the best for the rest of the match.
All right, thanks for that.
With us right now, Tim Cox, seam bowler extraordinaire. What can you defend out there today, Tim?
Yeah, well, originally we were hoping for 140, similar to the first game, but now, you know, obviously they've bowled pretty well early on here, and we've lost a couple of wickets, so you know, 120 will give us something to defend, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And you're playing with a pink ball. First time you had the pink ball in your hand?
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to train with it the last couple of weeks, so it's got the guys adjusted to it. Yeah, hopefully it'll do a bit later on. There's a bit of grass on the wicket, so yeah, we're hoping for our sake we can put in the right area.
Yeah, and of course the Plan B regional bash. It's great bringing it to the country and also coming to the city too. Any plans later on tonight?
Yeah, well, the guys will make the most of the trip down for sure, and great experience for a lot of them. It's their first time, and some of us have been lucky enough to play here a few times. So yeah, we'll obviously make the most of the trip to the big smoke, as we say out west these days. But yeah, a lot of fun and a great opportunity and great initiative from Plan B New South Wales Cricket.
Yeah, very good. And one more time, what are you going to defend, and how many wickets are you going to get?
Yeah, we'll defend hopefully 120 around that area, I think now, and yeah, we'll probably have to bowl well and look to bowl them out, I guess.
On a personal perspective, let's hear it. Well, how many are you going to get?
Oh, well, in this form of the game, you only get 4 overs, so wickets, I guess, whilst they're good, if you can pick up a couple in 4 overs, you've done your job as a bowler, but you know, keep the ball in the right areas and bowl as tight as you can, I guess.
Very good. All the best for the rest of the match.
Thanks very much.
that gives you the perfect night's sleep. As I said,
Good go. Now, interesting here, we've got Timmy Cox. Looks like he's going to open the attack. Of course, Nathan Pillen, the wicket keeper, and is directing a fair bit of traffic there. Just the one slip in, Nordo, and a gully, deep third man, fine leg, and rest is just pretty much a ring field.
Yeah, well, Alex will go at the ball pretty hard through that offside if he pitches it up. He's only got to poke a hole in that field, and it's going to run away for 2 or 3, or if he gets hold of it, it'll go all the way for a boundary. But here we go, Border Bullets chasing 116 to win.
It'll be Timmy Cox from the round again. He's into Popko, and Popko just gets up on the back foot to a short ball and just bunts it back to short cover. No score.
One thing I like about Alex Popko, a little bit like Dave Farrell, they don't sort of mind who they're playing against. They could be anyone bowling at that other end. See ball, hit ball, just go about their business, and they're just not phased too much about anything, are they?
Yeah, it's a fair comment. And it is Timmy Cox who called into the game at the last minute, but he's not a bad replacement to have new ball in hand. In now to Popko, and Popko, oh, he's cramped for room there. That one came back in at him, and he almost chopped it back on the stump, so it cannoned into his pad. So there's no further score. It's still none for none, and we've gone 2 balls into the Bullets innings.
Yeah, did well to keep that out. It almost looked like they might have done him for a bit of pace in that one too, Robbie. So it certainly cramped up Big Poppers, but he managed to keep it out.
It tightened him up. And he'll bowl to a field, Cox. They'll bowl to a plan. And they would have liked a few more runs under their belt. But they'll go with what they've got. And they've got to defend, try to somehow defend 115 as Cox charges in. Bowls to Popko, and Popko goes for a big swing of the bat there. And he misses, and it goes through to the wicketkeeper, Nathan Pillen. And there's no score.
That one just went away a little bit there, a little bit of shape there for Cox. And that new pink ball just still got the stickers on it. Nice brand new shiny fluorescent pink ball. Popper's the eyes just lit up there. He was going to put that one straight over deep cover for 4.
We're in a beautiful position here in the 3rd tier of the MA Noble stand. Bringing in the action as Cox into Popko, and Popko spars out of the outside off stump, and he can't get bat on ball. So we've gone 4 balls into the Border Bullets innings, and they get to get off the mark.
Good start by Cox. As you said, it was your late replacement into the team, but it's certainly a great opening over here from Timmy Cox. Yet to concede any runs off it, and it is gone 4 deliveries.
It's certainly a wicket, Nordo, that with a new ball, wicket ball seemed to be doing a little bit. I know even the spinners were sliding the ball through a bit. But it's a good contest here. It's certainly not in favour of the batsman. It is even money as Cox charges in, bowls to Popko, and the big follower tries to pull it, and it wraps him on the body, and they'll go through for a leg bye. To get the Border Bullets run chase underway, they are none for 1.
Yeah, that one just came back in at the body a little bit there, and once again, just zipping off the wicket. Wicket's got plenty of grass on it, nice and hard, but the new ball with that new press seam, will be just doing a little bit, and I reckon Alex Popko would have just had a quiet word to Trent and said, you better just have a quick look at this one because it's not quite coming onto the bat. Looks like they're going to have a field placement here. They're going to go with 2 slips, try and take the ball away from Trent, taking Gully out.
What will he do? Trent ball as Cox comes in and ball cuts over the top of slips, and he should run it down to the boundary. The 3rd man comes around. Big Benny Strawn, he can't cut it off. And Trent ball gets the boundary off the first ball he faced. He chops it over the top of the slips to complete the first over.
And a good shot too by Ball. He brings up his first 4. The Border Bullets are no wicket down for 5 for Ground Up Building Products. We're back for Ground Up Building Products, local suppliers of your PGH, Boral and Austral bricks. Of course, you can check out the showroom and the outdoor display on the corner of Ebden and Townsend Street in South Albury. The Border Bullets have faced 1 over. They are no wicket down for 5 runs. Trent Ball has 4. 1 was a leg bye. Solid start from the Bullets off the bowling of Tim Cox.
Yeah, and they replicated the first over from the Orana Outlaws where they scored 5 off the first over. And big Benny Strawn, who chased the ball around from third man, is now going to bowl. He's off a short run here, Nordo, but he gives him a bit of a ping as he comes in. I reckon he's labouring a bit here, big Benny Strawn. Popko, chance for a run out.
Gee.
Oh, that was dangerous. A direct hit would have seen the end of big Alex Popko, but he scuttled through and he's pinched a single off the first ball of Benny Strawn's bowling.
That was sharp work in the field from the Outlaws. I think was it Mitch Bauer? I think it might have been.
Mitchy Bauer,
Mitchy Bauer, really sharp work. But Popper's just dawdled through. He made it anyway.
Yeah, he got caught napping.
He did a bit. I think he was a bit bristly at the end. He thought this is getting a bit tight.
Strawn off the short run up, bowls the ball, and ball charged him, and then at the last minute decided to let the ball go. No further score. He looks a bit ginger, big Benny Strawn, doesn't he, Nordo? I'm not sure if that chase to third man was the ideal lead up to bowling his first over. But he's a bit stiff and sore. Reminds me of you trying to sort of warm up in the mornings, Nordo. There's a bit more choke required as Strawn comes in, bowls the ball, and he tries to repeat the shot, the cut over the top of the slips, and it goes through to the keeper.
Right to reply, Nordo?
Not impressed, I can tell.
No, it's all good.
You know, when he doesn't say anything, I'm in trouble.
I mean, trying to work out when the last time you saw me warm up in the morning, that's all.
Yeah, I don't want to know about it.
Well, you would... What was the room allocation last night, Simon? Is singles, were they? Or
top and tail, Nordo and I.
Down in Goulburn? Didn't you give Goulburn a rap earlier on today in the coverage? As Strawn warms up for his fourth delivery. He bowls to Trent Ball. Ball cuts high, down to third man. Oh, he's taken the catch.
What a catch.
He's hit it right down his throat. 10 metres off the boundary at third man. And that's the end of Trent Ball. Well, he lives by the sword and sometimes he dies by the sword. That was a good catch. Down to third man. It is 1 for 6.
Brilliant catch, actually. The man down there can't quite pick it up at the moment, but he actually ran overcommitted to the ball, and he was able to get back at the last minute and hang on to a terrific catch. Trent Ball, I don't mind that. The ball's there to have a shot at. He just picked out the fieldsman. And he needed to get it off to a flying start. He's out for 4, so the Bullets have lost 1 wicket for 6. We've gone a 1.3 over, so a bit disappointing to see Ball going back, but he's got to play that way. You've got batsman in the shed, you've got to get off to a good start, Nordo.
Yeah, well, big Benny Strawn, he's certainly he's warmed up now, Robbie, and he sends him through. That cut shot was probably on, but he just topped it a bit, didn't he? And it just went straight down his throat at third man. But the new batsman to the crease is Cade Brown. Will bat at number 3, and we're looking to him to really have a big innings here if the Bullets are to continue on to the next game.
It was James O'Brien, the man who took that catch for the Outlaws, so good piece of work. And it sees Cade Brown come to the crease, as Heath Norton said. The Bullets are 1 down for 6, so we've gone 1.3 overs in their run chase. 116 will get the job done. Of course, the Outlaws making 115.
Yeah, they actually crossed the balls in there for so long. The batsmen were able to cross then. So it'll be Alex Popko will be on strike with the new batsman Cade Brown at the non-strikers end. As Benny Strawn, he's got the wind up now and he bowls on a good length, and Popko plays a nice cut shot and will go down to that man O'Brien who took the catch on the previous ball. Gets a nice throw back into the wicket keeper. Score goes along to 1 wicket for 7. And we've got 1 ball to go in the second over with the Bullets chasing for victory, 116, after the Outlaws finished at 7 for 115 off their 20 overs.
I like the left and right-hand combination here. It's tough enough probably being captain out there trying to worry about field placements. Then you've got a left and right-hand combination. So Cade Brown, quality player. He committed to this a good 10 weeks ago, hasn't missed a game, and really loves giving something back to the Albury and Border area. And hopefully he gives something to the Border Bullets. Run chase today, chasing 116 to win.
And what a great thrill for Ben Strawn. He's from Burke, and all of a sudden here he is bowling at the SCG. He comes in, he bowls to Brown, and that is a beauty. That has gone straight through Cade Brown and through to the wicket-keeper to complete the second over.
2 overs are done. The Border Bullets are 1 for 7 for the Newmarket Hotel. Back at the SCG for the Plan B regional finals. The Bullets taking on the Orana Outlaws for the Newmarket Hotel. The Newey, which to be on the big screen at the Newey at the moment. If you want to make your way down, they've got middies for the schooners, for the price of middies.
Cox now resumes. He bowls to Popko. Popko, over the top he goes. Long and high down over mid-on. Might not get to the boundary. And O'Brien keeps the scoring to 2. But a nice bit of intent and aggression there from Alex Popko takes the score along to 1 for 9.
Yeah, he just lifted that one up. Probably got a bit big on him there. Got it high on the bat. But good to see him play that shot with mid-on and mid-off up inside that circle. Mid-on's going to have to come up a little bit closer than that. He's going to have to start inside the circle with fielding restrictions for the first 4 overs.
So Cox now back into Popko from the Randwick end, and Popko cuts
Good
beautifully,
shot.
Gets it through point, out the way to the boundary it goes. The pink ball gets to the rope now, and that's 4 runs to Alex Popko. A lovely shot through point. And the big fella starting the warm-up. He goes on to 8, and the score is long to 1 for 13 in the 3rd over.
And exactly what they needed. Ball went out, but you can't then go in a hole. You need to continue to play your shots, and that's exactly what Big Poppers did. Beautiful shot that was from the big man.
Yeah, great work that one, because he just that ball before, he over pitch, he went downtown. Then he put that one a bit shorter, he's going wide. So he needs to ask the bowler a few questions here.
Yes, and Cox, it'll be. He gets right a reply now as he comes back into Popko. Popko this time, he just defends a short ball back at the bowler. Might have got a hint of a leading edge there. And no runs scored. So it's 1 for 13. We're halfway through the 3rd over. And the Bullets need another 103 runs to go into the Plan B Regional Bash final up against the Northern Inland Boulders, who won a thrilling encounter earlier in the day against the Illawarra Flames. Went right to the last ball, and they fell 5 runs short, did the Flames. As Cox back into Popko now. And Popko cuts it through point again. Might only be 1, and it will. And it's big Benny Strawn just lumbers in off the boundary, 3rd man, and gets a good throw back into the keeper. And he does keep it to 1. Popko goes on to 9. Brings Cade Brown onto strike, who's yet to score.
Yeah, good work there by Alex Popko. Just not moving the feet as much as probably a lot of other batsmen, but when you've got an eye like his and he's just a big brute of a lad, he can just hit the balls through point there all game. That'll do me. But, yeah, he's got some work to do. He's lost his partner in crime, Trent Ball. He was out early days. But Cade Brown, he'll be looking for a big innings here, and hopefully he can build one, and just a partnership or 1 or 2 partnerships will chase down this 116.
Just early on today in the Women's Big Bash League, the inaugural match between Sixers and Thunder. Well, the Sydney Sixers girls have posted 9 for 101 at Howell Oval, Penrith. As Cox into Brown, and he gets up on the back foot and he just punches it out to short cover, no runs.
That's the game that Kieran Knight, is he officiating in that game?
Yeah, correct, Simon. So local umpire Kieran Knight, he's been appointed to that match. And, of course, another girl from down the region, young Jodie Hicks from Hay, who's on the Sixers roster this year. So wonderful opportunity for our female cricketers. And they get some great exposure with the Women's Big Bash League, the inaugural season of it. And they will get to play a couple of games on television, which will be fantastic, Simon, for the girls. As Cox in now, and Brown once again up on the back foot. And he just punches it to short cover. And there is no run. That completes the 3rd over.
With 3 overs down, the Border Bullets are 1 wicket down for 14 for the Commercial Club. Back now at the SCG for the Commercial Club Albury. Talk about if you like silver service fine dining, you can't go past the Commercial Club's Red Room. Open from Tuesdays to Saturday. It really is what you call fine dining.
So Benny Strawn, now your bowler Alex Popko, has 2 slips in. Popko off the back foot, and he just hits it straight to point. No run there. In the Sheffield Shield game, a historic occasion today up at Mackay in Queensland. The Queenslanders hosting New South Wales Blues at tea, a 2 for 131. A bit of a slow day up there, Simon. There's probably better things to do in Mackay than go to cricket, I reckon. You could get out to the Whit Sundays and shoot around there as Benny Strawn comes in, bowls to Popko, short, can't quite nail it, hits him on the pads, and there's no run.
Pop goes on 9. Cade Brown has joined him, obviously with the fall of wicket from Trent Ball. Of course, Brown yet to get off the mark. The bowler at the moment's got the good figures of a 1 for 2. Big Strawny.
Yeah, Big Strawny, the boy from Burke, out the back of Burke. He'll be enjoying this, Simon. Looks like a big lad too. I reckon he's probably played in the front row at some stage as he bowls again. Now, oh, he might be out, does he? No, he's sparred outside the off stump. And Nordo will get that. That was a wonderful bit of bowling, wasn't it? Popko had left him and had bounce and had a bit of everything.
Yeah, just a little bit of fizz off the wicket there too. He just left him, bit of outswing, and I reckon he rolled the fingers on that one. Just a really good old-fashioned leg cutter. So he's going to have a look at him here because Strawny's bowling really well.
Well, he's got a short run up and you think he's a medium pace, but he just gets the ball to fizz as Popko cuts it down to deep third man. And first bounce, it's gathered by O'Brien and he throws the ball back into Nathan Pillen. The score goes along to 1 for 15 in the 4th over. Get the feeling this is going to be one of those low-scoring, tight contests, Simon.
Oh, I certainly hope not.
Good for radio, not great for the Bullets.
I'm grey enough as it is, Robbie.
Yeah. Well, you keep hanging around Nordo and Goldman, mate, you'll go greyer, I'm telling you. Yeah. Now, Benny Strawny only runs off about 8 paces, but he gives a fair bit of shoulder in it. He's bowling now to Cade Brown, and it's short, and Brown pulls him. Gets it through the gap through mid-wicket. Short boundary on the eastern side of the ground. It won't get there, and it's dragged in just a couple of metres short. But Cade Brown's off the mark with a nice pull through mid-wicket, and he goes to 2. And the score goes along to 1 for 17.
It's not a massive total. You lose an early wicket, people can really go back in the shell. So this is why it's really important to have an experienced cricketer like Cade Brown out there. A good person to be out there in this situation.
Yep, very experienced cricketer indeed. As Strawn in again, and Brown, he tucks him up in defence. And he just defends it to short cover. And there's no score there. It goes to Greg Buckley.
And that'll be the completion of the 4th over, Robbie. So after 4 overs, the border ball, it's a 1 for 17 for Muffin Break.
Want a break?
And we just heard the best place to take a break this summer is at your local Muffin Break, Albury, Lavington and Wodonga. And do the shake, the Muffin Break. Shake, of course, a beautiful cold milkshakes there. And we do thank Johnny McMuffin Break himself, proud supporter of Cricket Albury Wodonga.
So Timmy Cox resumes his spell. He bowls to Alex Popko in from the Randwick end, and Popko goes bang. He smashes it over mid-off. 1 bounce, 2, 3 bounces over the boundary line, and that's just the one they need, the Bullets. 1 for 21. Popko goes to 14, and that's just a nice little tension breaker, Nordo, that boundary from Big Alex Popko.
Yeah, it is, and you just got to get it right to Big Poppers because a little bit short and wide, he'll cut you through point. If you pitch it up, he's not afraid to go downtown. So difficult bowler to bowl to. I hope he doesn't put it on his legs either because we'll see it disappear as well.
Well, keeper up over the stumps as Cox comes in, and he well fielded.
Yeah, well fielded.
He did well. He got the ball to almost a wide third slip, Popko. But good bit of work in there at second or third, really by that O'Brien. It was Jason Ryan, sorry. Yeah, and he got a hand on. Probably saved a couple of runs there, Simon.
Yeah, it was a sharp piece of fielding there. But Poppers is really starting to look good, isn't he? He's looking like he's in good touch. He's hitting the ball well. He's picking it early, which is a good sign for the Bullets.
Well, you might be interested to know, Simon, after 4 overs, the Orana Outlaws were none for 17, and the Bullets are 1 for 17. So it's pretty much even Stevens. Give or take a wicket here or there. Bit of loose change, as Murph likes to say on the footy call. But it's Cox now. He bowls to Cade Brown. And he's short. That'll be a wide down leg side. And the old, regulation appeal for a catch when it goes down the leg side. But you know it's a wide, Simon, and that's exactly what it was. You can't fool the men in the blue, the umpires, can you?
No, in fact, the Bullets were quite good, but they just bowled the 1 wide, I think, for the afternoon. So the Outlaws have their first wide.
The beauty of the left and right-hander in Nordo.
Yeah, exactly right. You've got to adjust. You've got to take your time back at the top of your run. Really bowl to your field, and left and right hand, you've just got to adjust, and you've got to do it quickly.
All right, well, Cox going to have to adjust now because he bowls to Brown, and Brown down the leg side again. He tried to work that one behind the corner. I reckon they might have cut back on him a bit, and in the end it just hit him on the thigh and no score. So it's still 1 for 23, and we're in the 5th over.
He's quite lively, isn't he, the big fella Cox, although Poppers seems to enjoy the ball coming onto his bat, but he seemed to just seem to be catching Brown out on the occasions.
Yeah, I think Popko's just looking for that length ball, Simon. We can just knock over mid-off. He loves that shot. A lot of people will never forget his century in the preliminary final last year in Cricket Orbidonga. It was one of the best things we've seen locally for a while. As Cox comes in, bowls to Brown, and Brown lets one go. It's almost a sin in T20 cricket, Simon. You don't see that very often, a batsman letting one go.
Just getting his eye in, Robbie. He knows he's got to be there. I think he's the sort of batsman who'll say, I've got to be here for the duration of the innings. We've got Poppers down the end who can score quick, and I reckon K. Brown will put it on his shoulders and say, I want to be there for the 20 overs.
You've read that well, Simon, I reckon. Yeah. For a man who doesn't score too much about your cricket knowledge, I reckon you've nailed that one.
Oh, thank you very much, Robbie. Was that a compliment?
Absolutely, mate.
Just drop that one.
I'll have to get a copy of that.
Mark that one.
Copy of that.
Cox now. He'll come in. He bowls to Brown. Brown. Oh, again, it's a repeat shot. So trying to turn him behind square. And he's just getting the ball to jag back in. And once again, it's just caught the thigh of Cade Brown. So no further score there, Nordo. It's 1 for 23. We've got one ball left in the 5th over.
Yeah, well, we've said it all day and we'll keep saying it. It's just clicked over to a beautiful 24 degrees outside here in Sydney. Not a fresh, not a breath of air. Nice and fresh. And tell you what, it'll be good conditions later on for the final.
Well, it's about 37 back home, Nordo. So
yes.
Just rub it in to the listeners.
Glad to be here.
That's why you be at the Newmarket Hotel. As Cox bowls now to Brown. He charges him down the ground. He comes, but he can't make any contact. And there's no score. It goes to short mid-wicket.
That is the end of the 5th over. The Border Bullets are 1 wicket down for 23 for Hutchin and Pearce. All right, back here at the SCG, the Plan B Regional Bash Sydney Thunder Conference Final between the Bullets and the Outlaws for Hutchin and Pearce. Hutchin and Pearce want you to go the Aussie Green and Gold this summer with a brand new John Deere, of course, harvesters, seeders, tractors and oil and accessories at John Deere.
So it's going to be Benny Strawn to continue. I reckon he'll bowl his spell out, Nordo. I don't think there's going to be too much coming and going with Benny Strawn. He comes in now and he bowls to Popko down the leg side. He works it behind square, down to the fine leg. He's going to come back for the second. This could be tight. No, well run. Well run, Alex Popko. The fieldsman wasn't that far away, but he might have identified he's got a weak arm, and he got back quite comfortably for 2, Simon. And then the score goes along to 1 for 23.
Yeah, he's doing well out there, Big Poppers. Just poking the ball around. He just flicked that one off the hip, and it's a long way down there to fine leg. So you want to run the first one hard.
Now he's in again, Strawn to Popko, and that's on leg stump, and it hits him on the thigh, and they'll run through for a leg bye. Score up to 24 in the 6th over. So, Simon, the comparison after 5 overs, the Border Bullets were 1 for 21. The Orana Outlaws were 1 for 19. So, just edging ahead there a bit.
Of course, Alex Popko, he now moves to 18, so he's really starting to build. He's starting to really flourish for the Bullets, which they need him to.
Yes, there's Strawn. Now, he'll reset Hicks. He bowls to the left-handed Cade Brown, and it's short. Cade Brown pulls it. It might just get over square leg's head. He does. They won't come back for the second. Yes, they will. They'll come back for the second. Good throw comes in, but Cade Brown is a fine judge of a run, and he gets back for the second. Might have just got a bit lucky there, Nordo. A bit of a streaky shot from Brown. It's 1 for 28.
Yeah, well, I think they're underestimating how quick Benny Strawn's bowling. He just gets a bit of zip off the wicket, and it's getting onto him a bit quicker than expected. Got high on the bat again, just cleared square leg and back for 2, but got to go easy with the 2s with Big Poppers out there.
Yeah, he never hit a boundary and run a 2. Strawn bowls now to Cade Brown, and he launches one to point straight to the fieldsman. He offers the fieldsman a chance to shy at the stumps. We won't have anything of that, and no score there. It's 1 for 29. We're halfway through the 6th over. We're live at the SCG. It's the Plan B Regional Bash Sydney Thunder Conference Final. The winner to take on the Northern Inland Bolters later on tonight under lights. And in comes Strawn. Cade Brown tried to pull him over square leg. Got a top edge. It flies down to third man. They won't get back for the second. Scoring stays at 1. And it'll be 1 for 30. With Popko on 18. Cade Brown on 5.
Yeah, extremely lucky shot there. He tried to pull it over top of square leg fence for 4 or 6. Finished up going down to third man. So he wasn't sure about that one. But once again, Benny Strawn just getting a little bit of zip off the wicket. getting onto him in a hurry.
So Strawn, it's a short run up, but there's plenty of oomph as he delivers the ball now, and he bowls to Popko. It's a no ball. Oh, here we go. Free hit for Alex Popko. It's like putting a kid in a lolly shop, isn't it, Simon? He just help yourself here. The field can't change. And, oh, look, this is a dream for Alex Popko.
This is a dream for us.
Yep, he will give this the kitchen sink. He's got to be full here, I think, Benny Strawn. Popko, where will he put it? Oh, he's put it the slip. The slip's dropped it. It cannons off his hands, and they'll come back for the second run. So, points there to Popko. He just didn't quite get hold of it, and it results in 2 runs plus the no ball from the previous ball. Takes the score along to 1 for 33 with Alex Popko on 20 and Cade Brown on 5.
Well, something was always going to happen with that shot, wasn't it? Big Poppers just threw everything at it. It would have been a great catch. I mean, wouldn't have been out, obviously. It would have been a sharp catch if he had took it. He absolutely flew to slip.
Well, he's going to get another sider at him now. To complete the 6th over, Popko now down the leg side. That'll be a wide, so that won't complete the over. And just starting to tire a bit, big Benny Strawn, Simon. The big boy from Burke.
I tell you what, he pushes him through a lot quicker than you'd think for his very small run-up. He's done well. He's picked up a wicket. He's currently 1 for 16, his big Strawny.
Yep, and 1 for 34 with 1 ball to come now. And Popko just punches it back to a short mid-wicket. There'll be no score there, and that does complete the over.
Yeah, and a completion of that over. The 6th over, Robbie. The Border Bullets are 1 down for 34 for Stockdale and Lego. That's right, Stockdale and Lego, one of a myriad of businesses that have supported the 2AY call here this afternoon for sales and property management, both sides of the border. You can't go past Chris Hood and his team from Stockdale and Lego. Of course, a marketing approach to guarantee to get you the best possible result and the very generous employer of our good friend, Pretty Boy Drew Cameron.
Just a quick comparison. After 6 overs, the Orana Outlaws were 1 for 24, and currently the Border Bullets sit at 1 for 34. So not a lot in it. But a really good last over there, picking up 13 runs off it.
Good, Dome, good. As Cox will complete his spell, starts his 4th over, bowls to Brown. Brown just taps the ball back, straight back to him. So with Cox with none for 17, with 5 deliveries to go. I reckon if the Border Bulls said to him, Cox finishes up with 21, 22 off their spell, they'd take that.
Yeah,
and
no
walk away and say, yeah, we've had a win there.
He's bowled really well, nice and tight, but quality batsman he's bowling to now. He wouldn't want to get it wrong, or he might go more than that. But Cade Brown just has to anchor this top order here, work with Alex Popko, and at the moment it's working.
All right. Cox now. He bowls from the Randwick end. He bowls to Brown. Brown charges him and smashes him just over mid-off. It'll go away for 4 runs, but that's good intent there from Cade Brown, and it's a good bit of cricket. He gets the boundary, and it goes on to 1 for 38. Cade Brown's up to 9. Alex Popko on 20. Good intent there, Simon.
I'll tell you what, I think it might be James O'Brien, the fieldsman there. I reckon he thought he was in with a good chance and had it just cleared his head, didn't it? Good boundary to Brown, and it probably just relieves a bit of the shackles too, because he was just getting aggravated himself, just struggling to score earlier on.
Maybe a bit of sun in his eyes there too, Simon. That's always a good excuse cricketers like to use.
I'm sure you've got plenty of them. I'm sure you've used all of them.
So it'll be Cox again. Pillen, the keeper, up over the stumps. Cox comes into Brown. Brown, this time, launches a drive, gets it past the short cover, and they'll grab a single. So untidy throw coming in there from the infield too. And Nathan Pillen gives his teammate Benny Patterson a bit of a stare. And the score is up to 1 for 39. Popko's on 20. Cade Brown's on 10. And we are in the 7th over. As the Border Bullets chase 116 for victory. Nordo?
Nath Pillen must go right with the gloves, Robbie, up to the stumps to Coxie, and
well,
no helmet. So just going to say, righto, well, this is the job I need to do.
Well, he played 10 games for New South Wales and a St George Cricket Club team of the century as a wicketkeeper, Nordo, so you can tick that box.
He does go okay, yeah.
He goes okay. Yep.
Touche.
Good lad too, works for the Kookaburra. Now Cox comes in, Popko cuts at it and misses. And it's through to the keeper. And it was a nice bit of work.
It was a very impressive take, that.
See, former Dubbo boy Nathan Pillen went down to Melbourne. He's captain coach of Carlton in the cricket, Simon, not football, and now playing in for Berwick in sub-districts cricket. But coming back and playing in this Plan B regional bash, it's been a huge success. 16 regional teams started, went down to 4. 4 teams playing on the SCG. Not a bad dream for a young cricketer. As Cox comes in again, and Popko can't work him away this time, and it goes short to mid-wicket, and there's no addition to the score, which is 1 for 39. We've got 1 ball left in the 7th over. In the Sydney Thunder Regional Conference Final of the Plan B Regional Big Bash, and it is the Orana Outlaws. They made 7 for 115. The Border Bullets 1 for 39, chasing hard to get a chance to take on the Sydney Sixers regional champions, which was the Northern Inland Bolters, Simon. Played under lights, starts at 6:30 here tonight. Catch it on the stream, the Cricket New South Wales website. As Cox comes in, bowls to Popko. Popko goes whack. He might be out. No!
Oh, it might be a 6-2.
It's gone over the head of the fieldsman, and it's 4 runs. First bounce over the boundary. And there's a little bit of conjecture there from some people in the commentary box thinking it might have gone the journey. I reckon it bounced for 4. But it was a catch. It was a tough one, Simon, but he's missed it. And that's the end of the 7th over.
So after 7 overs and that big hit then from Poppers, which was a 4, the Bullets are 1 wicket down for 43 for Inside Clinic Private Hospital.
But I'll tell you what, I think Robbie Jackson, the coach of the Bullets, he'd be spitting chips a bit too, but hopefully those 2 runs, probably, Nordo, it's one of those things, mate, you just got to move on in life, you know, you get on with it.
You can look at it 2 ways. He was put down as well. So
that's
probably,
right, Simon.
There's probably a positive spin on that Poppers is still there.
Beautiful little volleyball hit over the top of the rope there for 6, but called 4.
Did the old Mark Schwarzer, the old Bruce Gobbler, put it in the top of the corner of the net.
So back here, we're about to start the 8th over, and the Border Bullets are 1 down for 43. Alex Popko. Big Poppers is on 24, and Cade Brown is accompanying him on 10 runs.
Might be. So there's obviously no video review here, Heath, so it does make things a bit tricky. So we've got a new bowler coming onto the crease now, and it's Cade Brown on strike, and it is Greg Buckley, the off-spinner from Dubbo. He makes a good start too. The off-spinners had a good day today, Simon.
I actually thought they'd do this sooner or later, but after what they saw Zach Simmons did, not only did he really slow the run rate down, but he picked up 2 wickets.
So Buckley, it's an interesting run-in, isn't it? It's not the most coordinated approach you're going to see in country cricket, but it's okay. It's quite often spinners are like that, Simon. They've all got something different about them. They're often quite different cats.
Just going to go back a second here. I haven't moved on over that 6
Oh,
yet,
you still want...
You going to appeal?
All right, well, we're halfway through the final, and Nordo's still looking for that 6. Now, Brown whips this one off his pads. It might have caught his pad, actually, and it'll just be a leg by. It's a bit of untidy work. Go on, Nordo. Score is 1 for 44.
Yep, I was just a little bit concerned that the umpires were a bit quick to call it a 4 when they probably weren't sure whether it was a 4 or a 6. They might have maybe just asked the fielder or something like that. That's all I was concerned about. That was the only thing. Now I can move on. I got that off my chest.
All right, well, I think that's a fair point.
You're pretty quick to give your decision down there. That's all. Old mate just asked.
Old mate who dropped the catch and knocked it over the boundary. He was cartwheeling his way towards the side screen, mate. I'm not sure he's in a good position to make a call on it, but anyway, if you're going to move on from it, mate, we will too. The score's 1 for 44. 7.5 overs gone in the run chase. I got a feeling it'll come up again.
If they're 2 runs short at the end of the game, it'll come up.
Lords get beat by a run here, and I'll just imagine if the CAW chairman's listening at the time, Simon.
Oh.
He'll stop the plane.
We'll see her playing fly over and just stop.
Oi! Right, we're back at the cricket, and it's Buckley. He comes in and he bowls it, and it's bump ball there. Bit of a crowd catch. And there's no run there. So the spinner's doing a good job here at Simo. We saw Simmons and Armstrong both bowl really well from that end. And it's Greg Buckley, a little offie from Dubbo. And he just pushes that one into the pads, Popko, and he just can punch it out to point. So it's a good start here from Buckley. 1 for 44. We've got 1 ball left in the 8th over. And after 8 overs, the Orana Outlaws were 2 for 32. So the Bullets still tracking nicely here. Buckley comes in. Oh, he might have bowled him. He has. He's got through with a quicker one. And he's knocked big Alex Popko over for 24. And the timing was good at the completion of the 8th over, Simon.
Yeah, big wicket there for the Outlaws. Alex Popko's gone for 24 after 8 overs. The Bullets, I beg your pardon, are 2 down for 44, thanks to Martins Albury.
Groundbreaking body scan.
Back here at the SCG, and a big wicket for the Outlaws. A disappointment for the Bullets as they've lost Alex Popko, gone for 24. They are 2 down for 44, and that will bring the new man to the crease. Is it David Farrell, I think, coming to the crease for the Border Bullets? He will join Cade Brown, and we're doing it for Martins Albury. Of course, by the way, Martins will let you travel anywhere in Albury all day for just $2.50 if you hold a seniors card. That is exceptional value. Looking after the older people around the world is Martins. So just all day travel in Albury for $2.50 on the issuing of your seniors card, Robbie. And I say yours because I'm pretty sure you've got one.
It's getting close, mate. Don't worry about that. Oh, it's good. Guys like Bruce Whitehouse, the country cricket programs manager, when he visits town, we don't see a lot of him down there, but he's certainly a guy to utilise that facility and option. Take that up.
Martins, of course, they also hire buses. They run bus tours, and they're an iconic family business. And we do thank Dave Martin and the team for supporting the coverage on 2AY. Of course, the first for the station, live from the SCG. The Plan B Regional Bash. And certainly a good game. Fairly evenly poised now after the loss of that wicket.
Well, here's your boy, Benny Patterson, Simon, the man who smashed that ball into the second tier of the Bill O'Reilly stand. He bowls pretty sharp. He's coming on to bowl now. And he'll bowl to Cade Brown. And you just want to be on his toes here, really, because you can skid him through a bit, Patterson. You can spray him a bit too at times, Simon, but if he's on song, look out here. They've still got to slip in. And it's a deep fine leg, deep third man, deep cover. And Patterson, he'll charge in, bowls to Brown. And there you are, down the leg side. So, oh, look at that, the old appeal. The appealing for a catch behind. And it's a wide ball. So, that's not a great start for Patterson. A bit of a confidence player, this young lad.
And Robbie, the equation for our listeners at home is 72 balls required, and they require 71 runs. So, pretty well a run and ball here for the Bullets.
Yeah, it was 2 for 44 after 8 overs, and the Orana Outlaws at the same time were 2 for 32. So it's Patterson. Now to Brown. He's a good full ball there, but Brown just bunts it in short to a sort of a short leg, and they'll scutter through for a single there and take the score along to 2 for 46. And we're into the 9th over.
David Farrell, new batsman to the crease for the Border Bullets, in some good touch for his club North Albury. He's been a quality batsman for a number of years. And I think he'd enjoy being out here in the middle and batting with Cade Brown now. Hopefully another little partnership here, get this run up over sort of 70 mark, and that would be fairly handy.
And Heath, another very relaxed cricketer, it's fair to say.
Oh, very
David
relaxed.
Farrell.
Very relaxed last night, and another one of these players like Alex Popko, nothing much fusses him.
So Patterson bowls out to Farrell, the left-hander, and he spars outside the off stump. And it goes through to the keeper because David Farrell played under 17s for New South Wales. He was in the same team that Nick Madison played in that same year, Simon. Adam Zampa was another one. Timmy Armstrong was a very, very strong side that year. And David Farrell was the second leading run scorer at that carnival that year. So a lot of people thought that he might be able to go on and play at a higher level. So he'd be enjoying a chance to play at the SCG, and he faces Patterson now, and he drops it short at his feet to a short cover. And there's no run. So the Outlaws just having a good couple of overs here. just reining them in and reining the bullets in a bit. A wicket will always do that, Nordo, and they got it at the right time.
Yeah, they did. The ball's still doing a little bit off the wicket. They've still got 2 slips in, a third man, sort of wideish third man, I guess. You've got a point on the fence and a traditional fine leg.
Patterson charges in, bowls to Farrell. Farrell cuts down to third man, and he'll get off the mark. He'll get a single. It'll take the score along to 2 for 47. Cade Brown not out 11 on strike now. You'll face Patterson with 2 balls to go in the 9th over.
Faz is off the mark. Always good to get off the mark, Robbie, particularly when you're on the SCG. No one wants to make a blob out there. The biggest sporting stage in the country.
I finally converted you. Glad you said that.
Only because I'm deep in New South Wales territory.
You're surrounded by men in blue. Coming in now, Patterson. He bowls to Brown, and Brown gets a good ball. Got a Yorker, but he was able to get it past the short cover. And deep middle's on the boundary, and well run by David Farrell. They get back for 2 runs. That's good judge of a run. Good cricket there from Cade Brown and his batting partner and David Farrell. Yeah, 2 for 49.
Good running by Faz, who probably won't mind us saying, probably not the quickest between wickets either. So it was a good passage of play there for the Bullets.
He's certainly leaning on that bat up the other end now, isn't he? But he's going to work hard with Cade Brown, who's going to have to anchor this run chase and doing it very well at the moment.
He is. Patterson steams in, bowls short, and he tries to hook him, and he's out. He's got a feather on it. Cade Brown is out. Caught Pill and bowled Patterson. He goes for 13, and the score is 3 for 49, Simon. And that is a big turning point in the match.
That's a big, big blow, of course, Cade Brown. I thought he was building himself to be out there at the end of the innings, and he departs for 13. And I'll tell you what, all of a sudden, there's just a little bit of tension in the box, I would say, because the Outlaws have absolutely put it to the Bullets. It's 3 down now for 49.
Yeah, just a mistimed shot there. I think that's a good indication of Patterson. He just slides him through a little bit quicker than you think. And he's got the job done there. He beat Brown for pace. And as we see on the action replay here, yep, short. He just feathered that one. He's probably a little bit stiff in some regards, Nordo, but you're going to have to pick yourself up, mate, and give us a comment on that one.
Yeah, well, he's a little bit disappointed, wasn't he? So off he goes. He batted well, but look, we still need another partnership here, and Matty Armstrong, the new batsman, to the crease, and he will have to make a partnership with Dave Farrell. Once again, we're seeing a steady flow of wickets, which is not great for the batting side, but going to be a tough total to chase down. And you've got 2 quality batsmen out there that just need to get a partnership together. Another 30 or 40 run partnership will be enough to sort of try and get close to that total.
Yeah, so Cade Brown departs. The new batsman, is it Matt Armstrong, to come in? Talangata man who did a good job of the ball too, didn't he, Armstrong, with 2 wickets? So he's got a big job here for the Bullets.
Well, I think they can still afford to sort of work themselves back into the game a bit here, these 2 batters, because at the same time they were 3 for 49 the score now, but the Orana Outlaws were 2 for 35.
Still got plenty of batting to come.
Yeah, they have.
Drew Cameron. We've still got Jack Craig. There's still Nat Sarriman. There's
Nathan
still
Brown.
a lot to come. So plenty of time and plenty of balls left to drag down this total.
It's certainly a very evenly poised, but isn't it? It's going to make for a really tight contest, as you did allude to. Just something about this suggests it was going to go down to the wire.
I think if you see a side like the Orana Outlaws restricted to that score, there's indications there that it's probably the score from the early games is not going to be reached. There's no doubt about that. And they have got a very good bowling attack, plenty of experience. And Buckley's made a good start too, hasn't he? If he's been able to knock over the wicket of Popko was a huge one. And he's going to resume from the Paddington end, and he bowls to David Farrell. And it's on a good length, and Farrell just whips it to short mid-on, and there's no score.
So the required run rate now about 6.2, and we're running at the moment at 5.3. So 3 for 49. Just need to see what the wicket's doing here a little bit.
Now Buckley bowls to Farrell. Oh, he nearly sliced through him there too. His bat and pad close together. He nearly got through there. And just turning the screws on the board of Bullets at the moment at the Outlaws. And I'd just like to see a little bit more intent here, Nordo, from the batters. As Buckley comes in now, and he goes short, and Farrell just gets it to short cover. Backing up a long way was Armstrong, but he can't get a run. This is good bowling from Buckley. You got a son named Buckley, haven't you?
I
Corey?
certainly do, Robbie, but not named after a cricketer, named after a very famous footballer.
Yep, and then your son barracks for Brisbane, doesn't he?
He certainly does, yes.
Took a bit of fizz out of that, didn't it? So Buckley bowls to Farrell, and Farrell, he's just a bit stuck at the crease here at the moment, and he just chips it to a short mid-wicket. No score. This is a really good over here from Greg Buckley. The off-spinner from Dubbo, with 2 balls to go to complete the halfway mark of the innings. And a score at 3 for 49. The Orana Outlaws were 2 for 42 after their 10 overs. So it is dead set even as Buckley comes in, bowls to Farrell, and that is what we like to see. A nice bit of intention there from David Farrell, and he knocks him over wide mid-wicket for 4 runs, and that just eases a little bit of tension in the Bullets camp, and the score goes along to 3 for 53.
And it's important he continues to play his shots. As I said, they do bat deep, and you don't want to get in a hole and start to panic. You need blokes like Farrell to continue to take him on when it's there, and that certainly was there, and he certainly executed it perfectly.
Straight away, field's been moved, deep mid-wicket, wideish mid-wicket's been put in. So just gaps starting to appear everywhere now. He can just poke the ball around. One ball left off this over, just another single would just add to his score.
Singles on offer here. If he just can work the ball to square or to point. As Buckley comes in and Farrell says, I'll give you a little bit more, son. He gets the outside edge of it and runs its way down to third man. They've come back for 2. They should get 3 easily. Armstrong, he's almost lapped Farrell, and Armstrong comes back. Well, he kept strike, Nordo, not the conventional way. He got 3 runs to complete the 10th over.
Which also means it's the halfway mark, and the Border Bullets are now 3 down for 56 for the famous Australian Sign Company. He is, but his signs are famous, and they'll make your car, your business, your banners and your flags famous if you get along and get one done from the famous Australian Sign Company.
Now, Patterson resumes to start the 11th over. He gets it on leg stump, and Farrell cannons into his thigh, and they'll run through for a leg bye. Nordo, what about a comparison at the halfway mark of the innings?
Yeah, look, the Orana Outlaws were 2 for 42, and the Border Bullets obviously now 3 for 56 after 10 overs. They've just added one more there, quick little leg by, so it's 3 for 57. But doing it well, just keeping their nose in front of that run rate. And, you know, they don't need to do a lot more than just maybe just a big partnership to finish this off. Armstrong
yet to get off the score. He's the man on strike. Dave Farrell down the other end is currently on 8.
He'll face his first delivery. Matty Armstrong, the Tallangatta skipper. And he gets a short one, and it's a short, slower one.
Wasn't it?
And he bowled it beautifully, did young Benny Patterson. And Armstrong, it just got on him a little bit slower than he hoped. And he was not able to do anything with it. And it just landed 2 metres in front of him.
Of course, it's become a real key delivery, hasn't it, in Big Bash cricket? The shorter, slower, or the slower bouncer. And it really did him for a lack of pace.
It used to be called a rubbish ball now, Simon. It's part of the repertoire of most of the bowlers now. It's 3 for 57. We're in the 11th over. 116 for victory's a target. Armstrong gets it behind point, down towards third man. He's pretty quick between the wickets, and he decides to come back. A good throw, and he's in trouble.
Oh, he's
out. He's run him out, coming back for the second. And that's a bit of disappointment there for Matty Armstrong. He's run out for 1. And that is a great throw from the boundary line. I think it might have been Matty Skinner who hurled the ball in. And quick as a flash, Nathan Pillen got the bails off. And it was a little bit of a suicidal run in the end, I thought, that one, Simon.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was totally unnecessary. I didn't think well, it was close in the end, but I didn't really think it was there in order. They didn't need to do that. They're in a position, their nose is in front. They just need to continue to get a run and ball. So it was a big risk that wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that's really disappointing. You know, I just don't see why he came back. I don't think Dave Farrell was real keen for him to come back. He sort of was happy with just the one. He got called through, and I reckon as soon as Dave left the crease, he thought this is going to be really tight. And Matt Armstrong did make it, and by the look of it, did make it by a fair bit. So we'll just have a look at the replay there now for people that are watching on Bar TV. Great throw, and didn't quite see it there, but it was definitely run out. So Matt Armstrong still can't quite get that partnership that they were after, but Jack Craig, the new batsman, he can hit a ball. He finished off the game 2 extremely well, and I'll keep saying it until we get one. One partnership will do this.
Well, the Bullets now find themselves with 4 wickets down for 58. We've gone 10.3 overs in this contest. Of course, 116 a winner for them. The Outlaws made 115. And as Heath Norton said, young Wodonga, young gun, under 21 player Jack Craig comes to the crease.
Yeah, likes to whip the ball a bit through mid-wicket and that, but he just might want to straighten it up early days. Here as Patterson bowls him, and he goes to slash him over the top of the slips. It was a short ball. It had a bit of fizz on it too. And it's gone through to the keeper, Pillen. No score there. But, yeah, young Craig, he's a damaging cricketer, isn't he, Nordo? But I'd like to see him get himself a bit of time to get in here because he can score quick.
One thing I've noticed, they've kept their 2 slips.
Yep.
So there are gaps in the field. They just need to start poking a few 1s and 2s and starting to build some momentum.
Patterson, he's steaming in now, and he bowls to Craig, and Craig, he gets it off the edge. He's out. He's got a leading edge. He's hit it to cover, and Jack Craig's out second ball, trying to turn the ball on the onside, and that is further trouble for the Bullets. They're now 5 for 58, and we're in the 11th over.
Yeah, here's some serious trouble now for the Bullets. Jack Craig departs, and 5 down, Robbie, is a real concern. Still got Cameron and Sarriman to come in. But it might be Sarriman that does come in now. But Heath Norton, the Bullets are in a fair bit of trouble, my friend.
Yeah, they are. That was disappointing. He sort of left his crease and went hard at the ball first ball, went hard at the ball second ball, and, well, he got a bit of a top edge, but it was straight down the throat of cover. And, yeah, that was just really disappointing. Shot there to get in on, but as we said, Nat Sarriman, dangerous player. This is a guy I think that can see out the innings. Dave Farrell at the other end, he's in control of what he's doing, so he just needs someone to stick around and start chipping away at this total. But 5 wickets lost now. They need wickets in the bank. They've only got, 2 or 3 quality bats to go. But, yeah, not the result that the Border Bullets wanted with Jack Craig leaving.
And they need someone now to stay in there and support Dave Farrell. And Nat Sarriman is very capable of doing that. As you said, he can just work the ball around into the gaps, picking up the singles. He needs to put a bit of value on that wicket because they have dropped a few wickets pretty quick, the Bullets. And I'll tell you what, there's a bit of tension in the box because...
He's a bit on edge, the big fella now. He's just got to round it in. I like the look of Farrell already, the way he's going. He might have one of those innings in him today, Dave Farrell. So... Well, their run rate's okay. They're ahead of the Orana Outlaws there, but they've got a bit of an issue of wickets at the moment. They've lost 5 for 58. Patterson's bowling a great spell here. He's bowling pretty quick too, and he beats the bat, outside edge of the bat there of Nat Sarriman, and he gives Sarriman a nice gobful. Does young Patterson, and good on him. That's the way it should be, I reckon, Simon. That's the end of the over.
It's the end of the 11th over. The Border Bullets are 5 down for 58 for Crow Horwath. Back here in the SCG at Sydney for Crow Horwath, providing practical accounting, business and financial advice to the good people of Albury Wodonga and surrounds for over 120 years, if you don't mind. That is service. Marcus Davis, Jason Judinas, Melissa Brunau and Chris Kennedy. Some of the good people there at Crow Horwath. Robbie, the Border Bullets 5 down for 58.
Jason Judinas was a good AFL umpire, wasn't he?
Good umpire,
actually. He gave you a few votes over the years, I reckon.
He did too.
Yeah.
And I deserved every one of them.
Good on you, mate. Now it's Buckley. He's going to resume to Farrell. This is a good contest. Farrell now plays a lovely cut shot behind point. This bloke can play, this young David Farrell. They'll come back for the third. They will. It finishes just inside the boundary line, and Farrell just ambles away back to the non-striker's end for 3 runs. He looks in good nick. He goes on to 11. Sarriman hasn't faced a ball yet. It's 5 for 61.
Yeah, look, one thing Dave Farrell do, he's in complete control of his innings, and really good late cut there. Just needs someone to go with him. Nat Sarriman's the one. Just poke the ball around in some gaps. Don't worry about going aerial. Don't get caught. Work the ball around. Work with Dave Farrell and see if we can get this run tally to where it needs to be.
And importantly, a really good runner between wickets too is Nat Sarriman, because I don't think we can afford another mix-up like we had with Matty Armstrong and Dave Farrell.
Yeah, I agree with Nordo. It's only the perfect pair to have in at the moment in this situation. Sarriman works the ball around for the singles, and Farrell, if the ball's there, he'll put it away. So Pillen's doing a lot of work behind the stumps, just getting the field right, setting the angles. And he's just doing that as he moves. Deep cover comes around a little bit straighter. So it's all set for Buckley now to bowl his first ball to Nat Sarriman. And Sarriman lets it hit him on the pad. I think he was hoping he might have missed the pad and gone down the leg side for a wide. But the sweep shot's on there because there's a short fine leg and there's no one else out in that wide area between fine leg and deep mid-wicket. So Buckley, he's from the Paddington end, bowling a good spell. He goes short, and that's a big shout for LBW. That's close. That is real close, and it's given, not out. Oh, Nath Pillen shakes his head. That must have been very close. Sarriman got caught at the crease. He played back, and I reckon it was missing maybe off stump and maybe missing leg stump, but old middle stump might have been under a bit of bother there. I reckon Nat Sarriman's dodged a bullet there, and it might be just the change of fortune the Bullets need. As Buckley comes back in for another go, and this time Sarriman works it off his toes with a little bit more intent, and he gets the single.
Yeah, he's a bit lucky with that LBW decision, I think, and they're still asking the umpire, how did that not miss middle and off? But,
well, it was a great appeal from Buckley, wasn't it? Or a plea, or...
Just one of those ones you get wrapped in that situation, you think you're in a bit of bother, don't you, Nordo? And anyway, good luck to him. So this brings Farrell to the crease and to the strike against Buckley. And Farrell just goes whack with a nice drive to wide mid-off. They'll just take a single. And he's just ticking the scoreboard over as Farrell. He's looked in good nick. It's 5 for 63, and we've got one ball to go in the 12th over. And the Outlaws at the same time were 3 for 56. So the game is pretty tight on the run rate, but the Bullets struggling with the wicket, Simo.
Yeah, the run rate just getting out to nearly 7 runs and over required too, Robbie. So
they can't afford to lose another wicket for the next 5 overs, Simon.
Yep.
And if they don't lose a wicket for 5 overs, they'll win the game. If they do lose one, I reckon they're going to struggle. As Buckley comes in now to Sarriman, who gets it on the inside edge of the bat to short mid-wicket. That completes the good over from Buckley.
Yeah, and at the end of that over from Buckley, the Border Bullets find themselves 5 down for 63 for the Newmarket Hotel. Got the cricket on the big screen this afternoon, in fact, and he's got he's serving out some schooners at midi prices. Nordo, the Newey, of course, are big supporters of cricket, and a good place to celebrate your function, Christmas function. They can do functions from 20 people to 200. And don't forget about the Newey bottle shop when you're driving past to keep you full of some Christmas cheer.
This will be a good contest, Nordo. I reckon Farrell hasn't faced a lot of bowling from Patterson yet. And I reckon he'll try him on the short one. He wants to be careful because he skids him on a little bit quicker here. So Farrell's going to be right on the top of his game as Patterson. Oh, that's wide. And a good save by Nathan Pillen. He saved extra 4 runs there because that was wide. It was going down to the boundary, and it would have been 5 runs there. So just one more there to the Bullets. And Farrell just has that ability to make just bowlers change, doesn't he, Nordo? He's got that bit of confidence, a little bit of a strut about him.
Yeah, he's hard to bowl too, for sure. You get it wide, he'll put you through point. And he's not afraid to play a pull shot either.
Patterson in for another crack at Farrell, and it's full, and Farrell gets it on the drive, but it goes straight to a short point, and there's no run.
Patterson bowling really well, of course. He's got some pretty handy figures, 2 for 7 at the moment. He did a bit with the bat too, Robbie.
Grandson of the great Les. Nah, I just made that one up, mate.
Sir Les.
Sir Les. Dubbo boy. And warming up there, I noticed in the slips there is Anthony Herity as Patterson comes charging into Farrell, and he just works him off his hip down towards fine leg. He thinks he might be a chance for 2, but I don't think so. And that's a great throw in there from Matty Skinner, who caused the run out to Matty Armstrong about 2 or 3 overs ago. So it's a single to Farrell, and the score goes on to 5 for 65.
The spinners have played a really big role here today, haven't they? Just at this closest end to the commentary box. It's the ball's just skidding through a little bit. The seamers are going from the top end and getting a little bit of bounce. So I'd like to see Nat Sarriman just work the ball around here. There's plenty of gaps. Those guys in the infield are really close.
Patterson now into Sarriman, and Sarriman just nudges it straight to mid-wicket. A shy at the stumps, well backed up there by the Herity. and there's no score. Bit of a low-scoring game. Nordo, if this happened in one of the regional areas, they'd probably be up in arms about the state of the wicket, wouldn't they? Because they like to see things pretty prim and proper at times. But I think it's a fair wicket, like some of the wickets we've seen in regional areas down at Robinson Oval early in the year. Bit for the batters, bit for the bowlers. That's the way it should be. Here's a go for Sarriman. That is an audacious shot by Nat Sarriman, if you don't mind.
God.
He's played the ramp shot off Benny Patterson.
Wow.
Third bounce down the fine leg for 4 runs. That's showing a little bit of guts, and that's what's required in T20 cricket. Score goes along to 5 for 69.
That's more than a little bit of guts. That was high risk, and you've deservedly got the right reward. But when you've got 5 wickets in the shed, that is an audacious shot to play. But he executed it perfectly, and he got the result he was after.
If I take a quote from one of my very good friends listening in Coffs Harbour, that is what we spoke about. You know, he is a great batsman, Nat Sarriman, and can play a good ball.
Patterson won't be happy with that, and he answers with a short ball. He just drops at his feet, and he works a single. They'll come back for 2 here. Beautifully played by Nat Sarriman. And the Border Bullets are just changing the momentum shift of this game a little bit with some clever batting and a bit of risky cricket, which is required. They're not going to win the game by just patting them back, are they, Nordo? They're going to take the game on.
No, they're not. But just to peel the ball off your hip there and just pick up 2. Just keep poking the ball around. The infield are really close. They're not back on the ring. There are plenty of 1s and 2s.
Patterson, he's steaming in. He has another go, and this worked again. Down to fine leg by Sarriman. He'll keep strike. That's the end of the over. That's 13 overs gone, Simon.
Yeah, and you're right after the 13th over, Robbie. The Border Bullets now find themselves at 5 down for 72 for Ground Up Building Products. And we're back now for Ground Up Building Products. Of course, you can check out the showroom and the outdoor displays at Ground Up, the corner of Ebden and Townsend Street. Just about everything from pavers, retaining walls, renders, moulds, windows, boral and austral bricks at Ground Up Building Products. And of course, it's where you'll find Mr. Presidente himself, the president of the Gendra Football Club, the man with the Midas touch, Andy Stewart.
He's recruited a few out there for the Bulldogs, out to the kennel for the year. Got them from everywhere.
Back here, it's 5 for 71. Other Bullets chasing 115.
Simon, at the same comparison, the Outlaws after 13 overs. I'll get to that very shortly as Buckley comes in, bowls to Sarriman, and he just plays a nice little dab shot down behind point for a single. Takes the score on to 5 for 73. Yeah, the Orana Outlaws after their 13th over were 3 for 64. So it's 8 runs behind. But this was the start. They had a good period here. They scored 8, 9 and 11, or 3 overs in a row. So that's this is where it's very important. The Bullets don't lose a wicket here. As Farrell faces Buckley, and he just works him to square, but they won't get a single because Nath Pillen from behind the sticks came around and gathered pretty quickly.
See, the equation for those at home is 40 balls remain, and the Bullets require 43 to win. So no need to panic, just to run a ball pretty well.
Buckley in again to Farrell, and Farrell just trying to work it there. It's just not working for him. He's got a big gap there, just short. Maybe trying to get a 2 out there, Nordo, do you think? Because there's fieldsman back on the boundary. There's deep mid-wicket, wide mid-wicket, and long on. And the temptation is maybe to squeeze 2 runs inside the circle as Buckley comes back for another go. Now Farrell gets it, but he just gets it to the short mid-wicket. But they'll still get a single. It's 5 for 74. This is good bowling from Greg Buckley.
Yeah, it is, and I think Dave Farrell acknowledged that, and he's just not going to get frustrated with Buckley bowling a few dots. He just wants to keep working the ball because you can get tied down. All of a sudden, the head goes, and you try and lift one up for 4 or 6. You just need to keep working the ball around the equation. 42 to win, 38 balls.
Sarriman, I reckon he try to work one around behind leg here, maybe get off strike. And he's missed one down the leg side. And that is a wide ball called. So he's only the third of the innings.
Third, I think. There was a wide that was very well kept here that was beyond a wide. It was nearly on the wrong pitch.
Bullets only bowling 1 wide, so it was a good bowling display from them. But still pretty, only 4 wides for the match. The bowling has certainly dominated the bat in this one. So it's Buckley. He's in for another go. He's got 2 balls left in the over. He's bowling to Nat Sarriman, and Sarriman will sweep. Oh, and he can't quite beat the man at short, fine leg. It almost carried to Big Benny Strawn, is it, Nordo?
Yep. Strawn,
down there,
looks
yeah.
like.
A big fella. He's not moving real quick, is he, Big Strawny? He's a big body to get down low there, but he did well to probably save a boundary in the end.
Yeah, he did really well, and he doesn't move very fast, but quite effective.
You can tell Strawny that,
quite
mate.
effective.
I'll go with the good save, if you don't mind. You can say he's not
He
very
doesn't
quick.
move fast, but he moves smart, Nordo.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Quite effective.
You give him a knock on the commentary box door. Look out. Here we go. Buckley bowls to Farrell, and Farrell gets it through the offside, gets it through to cover. The sweeper comes in, and there's only one run, and that will complete the 14th over.
Yeah, Robbie, after 14 overs, the Border Bullets are 5 down for 77 for KDX Solar and Electrical.
Were 3 for 73, so they had some wickets in hand, and the Border Bullets 5 for 77, so not a lot in this, and this is going to go right down to the wire. 39 runs to win off 35 balls.
Now, Ben Patterson. He's from the Randwick end, bowls to David Farrell, gives himself a bit of room, blasts the ball wide of cover. They'll get one. They should come back for 2. Saramon's very quick. He's going to the danger end, and they do that, and they comfortably get back for the second. Takes the score along to 5 for 79, and we're into the 15th over, and hit 37 or 34 balls.
And you're right, before you said if these two will stay there for 5 overs, the Bullets should get over the line. Farrell's obviously the key, but Saramon's just been a real good runner between wickets. He's the perfect partner to have out there at the moment.
The clever little play in that Saramon as Patterson now bowls to Farrell. Farrell just getting a bit loose there, and he gave himself a bit of room, Nordo, but well bowled to Patterson. Patterson saw him, giving himself a bit of room. He just dropped it a bit short, and he couldn't free up the arms for a dot ball.
Yeah, he's gone around the wicket there to try and change the angle. Obviously, Faz likes to hit the ball pretty hard through that offside. Try and change the angle, just maybe angle the ball at him a bit as we see a field change, deep mid-wicket going in.
I like to see Farrell stay at the crease. Don't move around too much. That's a better shot. That's how you do it, son. He might have got it over the top of mid-off's head. He has. Not by much, though, and they'll come back for 2 runs. So that's a better way to go about it for Farrell. He got it over the top of mid-off's head, and he gets back for 2 runs. It's 5 for 81. Farrell goes on to 19. Saramon's on 10. Patterson has 2 for 19. And it's 37 required or 33 balls, Simo.
Yeah, so she's just a tad over a run of ball, but Dave Farrell is certainly giving me some sort of comfort. If he continues in the way he is, I reckon they'll get the job done, Big Mac.
Big gap over square leg, as Heath Norton alludes to. Can he get it there? Farrell, this time he goes whack. How's he got it? He's got a bit of meat on it. And it goes out to the man at deep mid-wicket. DeCow corner in your references, Simon. And they'll take a single. And it now goes along to 5 for 84.
I wouldn't let any cows out here, mate. It is in fantastic. There's not much of a pick out for them either.
No, it's not. That's a real country saying, isn't it? Not much of a pick. So, Ned, we've been told that Big Benny Strawn, not only doesn't live just at Burke, he's 100 k's west of Burke. So he's out in the middle.
So he's out the back of Burke?
He's out the back of Burke. Exactly right.
He's got a good trip home.
I'm sure he'll enjoy the trip to Sydney. Patterson comes in, bowls to Saramon, and Saramon whips him off his toes, gets it through mid-wicket, and that'll go away for 4 runs. A lovely shot from Nat Saramon. That's a class shot and a much-needed boundary. Saramon goes to 14, Farrell on to 20, and the score, it's 5 for 87. The Devils' number. A wicket fell at 87 in the last innings, Simon, so we just got to hang tight here. But a great shot, Nordo.
It was actually when Trent Ball took that remarkable catch. I think that was when that was
Trent
the
Ball's
wicket.
stomach took that catch.
Yeah, great shot by Nat Salmon. Flicked it off his toes. Really smart player. Another hard batsman to bowl to. They're continuing with this slip, so another single here would be great.
Patterson charges in. Sarriman just drops at his feet. Oh, Farrell says, no, I won't get there.
Good idea.
And there is no run. Simon, that completes the 15 for over.
Yeah, and the Bullets, they're looking all right. They need a run a ball. They're 5 down for 87 for Lawrence's Furniture 1. Things are pretty tight here at the SCG for Lawrence's Furniture 1. That's right, Big Johnny Lawrence is the only person in Australia that has this particular scanner that will scan your body type, and then he'll custom make a mattress to best suit you. There's none of this one size fits all. It's Johnny there at Furniture 1 can give you the perfect night's sleep. Johnny Lawrence at Furniture 1, big supporters of this program.
You might have to deck you out in a new bed, Nordo.
Why is that, mate?
Well, you know, a bit of sleep.
I actually bought a new bed from Big Johnny and a couch and a lot of other things. So he's a good fellow, Big Johnny. Looks after you.
All right, we're back here.
We're back to the action here, and it's a lovely shot, too, by David Farrell. First ball from Anthony Herity, and he smashes it through the covers for 4 runs. So that is just what the doctor ordered for the Border Bullets. They go along to 5 for 91. They need 25 off 29 balls, Simon.
Dave Farrell moves to 24. Nat Sarriman's been the busy one at the crease too. He's at 14, and the equation is certainly now in the favour of the Bullets. As you said, just 25 runs needed from 29 balls. And if this partnership continues, I can't see why we won't get it done.
Well, Simon been reliably told that Benny Strawn, he has 6,000 sheep on his property, and I reckon he knows the name of every one of them. That's not a bad effort, is it? They're all bar someone. I think someone's having a lend of us there, Simon, to be honest.
Oh, no, he strikes me as a very intelligent man, Big Strawny.
Yeah, same.
Wouldn't put it past him.
All right, so the Bullets just starting to take a little bit of control. Herity bowls to Farrell, and he flashes outside or stump, and he plays and misses. It's 5 for 91. Heath Norton, the equation, it's 25 to win off 28 balls.
Yeah, I think just Dave Farrell needs to just keep going about his business here. Don't change anything.
He does. He's tried to whip that one through mid-wicket. Just really liked when he plays straighter, hits the ball straight, it's better, Simon.
I imagine there'd be a few non-conventional names of those sheep.
I'd have to.
I reckon you might have a good middle name that'd be perfect for a sheep, mate.
Here we go. Farrell advances. Down the ground he comes to Herity, smashes it through wide cover, and they only get the 1 run. So good bit of work on the boundary there. Score goes along to 5 for 92, and we're in the 16th over. But in simple terms, it is 24 to win, and there's 26 balls. You'd be referring to my middle name there, of course, Simon.
Which elaborate for listeners.
It's Bar.
It's yeah. So it's a perfect name for sheep. But back at the cricket, Nordo, the Bullets are looking good with David Farrell and Nat Sarriman.
It is Herity now, the off-spinner. Bowls to Sarriman. He gets a full toss, and he will be disappointed with his execution of that shot. He hit it straight to mid-wicket. He got quite a surprise to get a gift like that, Nordo, and he just couldn't deal with it. Herity back in again now, and it's full, and this time he's bowled him.
Gone.
He has bowled him. Well, I reckon Sarriman played a poor shot because he didn't get the ball before, and it was playing on his mind. He's played all over the top of that one, and Herity gets his man. It's 6 for 92, and it means it's 24 of 24 balls.
And it means it's a completion of the 16th over, so a wicket when they didn't really need to lose won the Bullets. It's 6 for 62 for the Commercial Club Albury. 6 for 92,
Selling
Commercial
a
Club Albury.
property or looking for tenants? Then Stockdale.
To the crease to replace a fellow Balvorian. Is that such a word? Fellow Balvorian in Nat Sarriman. So it'll be Farrell and Cameron at the crease.
Thoughts, Nordo?
Yeah, well, I think it's the big fella, Benny Strawn, coming back on to bowl, and he'll bowl to Dave Farrell, who's on 25 not out. Time for Drew Cameron to stand right up here for Cricket Wodonga and the Border Bullets. and work with Dave Farrell and get this total and do it without losing another wicket. We've still got big Nathan Brown to come.
Yep.
There's still a little bit of bat in there with Zach Simmons. But, look, I'll tell you what, these two blokes here, top order bats for their club, played a lot of cricket for Cricket or Wodonga back in the local competition, and they need to get the job done right now.
And the new bowler, as you said, will be Benny Strawn. And it's 24 runs required, and it's 24 deliveries to get him in. David Farrell's on strike. He's not out 25. And Ben Strawn comes in from the Randwick end, bowls to Farrell, and it's short, and Farrell cuts it to wide. Oh, that's a big call, too. It's wide outside off stump. And they'll take that one, the Bullets. They pinch an extra run there, and they'll get an extra delivery. So if Norton goes to the video replay, reckon he might have been a bit stiff there, Big Benny?
No, not at all. That was really wide. Dave Farrell tried to play a cut shot and he couldn't hit it. So, yes, it's a wide, Robbie.
Fair enough. But Gee was there to hit that short boundary down to third man to Nordo. Now, Strawn, deep mid-wicket, no one out there. And Farrell goes that way. He gets it over the infield. It runs away. I don't think it'll go for 4. It won't. They've come back for 2. I don't think Farrell will get back at the other end. He won't. Great bit of fielding there from the Outlaws. And it keeps the scoring to 2. And the score now goes along to 6 for 93. 6 for 95. That should be now, Simon, I think. The scoreboard's just a bit slow catching up there.
Good fielding there from the Outlaws, as you said. That should have been 3. Farrell just not that quick between the wickets, but importantly, they didn't risk it. They were retained, and Farrell gets the opportunity to continue on.
He does. Strawn comes back into him. And this time, Farrell punches it through. Point for 4.
Beautiful shot.
First bounce over the fence it goes. And David Farrell moves along to 31 runs now. And it's 6 for 99. And the Bullets are just taking the advantage again, Heath Norton.
Yeah, he's right in control here. He's got a bit of a swagger. He doesn't mind about this run chase. He's just going to go out there and bat he does well.
Big Benny Strawn comes in again. Farrell, oh, was that wide? No, Farrell let the ball go.
That's clever batting, that is.
Yep. And it's, 6 for 99. They need 17 runs, the Bullets, off 21 deliveries. Benny Strawn from the Randwick end bowls to David Farrell. No one at deep mid-wicket. Farrell drops the ball at his feet. This could be a run out. He hits. He's out. He misses. Oh, he was in a lot of bother. A direct hit from the underarm shot. And he was gone for all money. It might have been Herity who missed. And the Bullets, well, they dodged one there, Simon. 6 for 100. The 100 comes up, and that could have put the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, that was a tad unnecessary. The blood pressure's gone up a little bit there, Robbie, but Faz survives and the Borders live on.
New batsman Drew Cameron loves the pull shot.
Yes.
There is no one out there. He's got one at short mid-wicket, and if he can clear him, he'll get 2 or 4.
In comes Strawn. He bowls short, and he gets it off his hip. He does it well, Drew Cameron. They'll get at least 2. He'll come back. Farrell might struggle at the other end. Can Farrell get back? He runs to the keeper's end. The throw comes in, and Farrell's home. He makes the 3. It's 6 for 103. Good shot, Drew Cameron, to get off the mark.
Yeah, great shot. And that's what you need, someone who comes into this stage and doesn't have to work his way into it. Straight in, straight off the mark. And good running too there by David Farrell to help him get 3.
Yeah, it's his favourite shot. Just rocks back on that back foot, plays it through mid-wicket. Done it well then off the hip and picked up 3 handy runs. There is
Neil
one
Mitchell
player.
Here. Join the conversation with me from 8.
Now, back here at the SCG, it's Ben Strawn. Bowls to Farrell. Oh, he flashes outside the off stump. It's a play and a miss, and that completes Simon the 17th over.
Yeah, Robbie, after 17 overs, the Border Bullets are 6 down for 103 for the Commercial Club Albury.
Crowhall.
3 for the Commercial Club Albury, of course, and Sevens Bistro, open 7 days a week. It's a perfect place to grab a buffet-style lunch or dinner. Drew Cameron, he's out there now. He's on 3, and, of course, that man Dave Farrell coasting along at 32. They need 13 runs off 18 balls, and things are looking pretty good here for the Bullets.
Yeah, look, they are. Just a little bit of work to be done yet. Drew Cameron just got to watch his bat speed here. And he got a big back lift. He wouldn't want it just to slide one in underneath there. But all he's got to do is just play an anchor roll here. Support roll to Big Faz.
One boundary.
Who is looking very, very good out there in the Border Bullets outfit. And he's on 32 not out. Drew Cameron 3 not out. A lot of field placements going here. 2 left-handers. Short boundary is on the leg side and will be used if it's dropped short.
So Anthony Herity bowls to Drew Cameron. Cameron drives him nicely up to mid-off, and they will take a very easy single. As the throw comes in from Matty Skinner, and that takes the score along now to 104. So it's 12 required for victory for the Bullets. They've got 4 wickets in hand. They've got 17 balls to do it, and their top scorer, David Farrell, sits on 32 not out. Interesting with Farrell too, Simon. He suffered. He's colourblind, so often the pink ball is not the perfect ball for him to hit either. So, but he's done. Oh, that's full. He's bowled him. Oh, that's turned the game a little bit. David Farrell, he got yorked on leg stump there from Anthony Herity, and he's knocked it back. The leg stump, that is, and that's a big wicket for the Outlaws. It's 7 for 104, 12 runs to win, 16 balls left, and 3 wickets in the shed. Heath Norton.
That has just made it really tight. Dave Farrell batted really well for his 32, but out comes big Nathan Brown, and he's got a job to do with Drew Cameron, another quality player who's developing into a good player. But time to stand up and really knock this total over.
And the Outlaws' Anthony Herity, if you don't mind, now has 2 for 6, and that was a big wicket, a big scalp of Dave Farrell, who was he was quite contained. He was nursing things along Big Dome, but he departs and the pressure goes up again. So obviously Drew Cameron's the man to guide him home now. He's got to use his smarts. He's got to bat well, and if he backs himself, I can't see why they won't still do it. But they need 12 runs remain, 16 balls. The big problem is they've lost 7 wickets.
Yeah, well, this is another big lump of a lad who's got to be careful with his back lift. He likes to hit the ball straight.
Yeah.
But the best thing he could do now is just get off strike, knock the ball into a gap, and let Drew Cameron take control here and just play a support role. They need to swap roles now that Farrell's departed. Game on here, Robbie.
Yeah.
Game on.
I know young Nathan Brown. I know his mum and dad are at home in their lounge room watching this at Thaguna. And it's a big moment for young Nathan Brown. He comes to the crease. He is one of the bigger hitters of the ball in cricket or Wodonga. Just needs to play straight. And as Nordo said, get Drew Cameron on strike. What a finish we've got coming up here. It's 12 required, 16 balls left in the game. The first game today was a tight one, and this one's going to match it. Herity comes in, bowls to Nathan Brown. It's short, and Brown tries to cut, and he misses. It goes through to the wicketkeeper, Pillen. No further score.
Interesting, if he had got that through, that point field had just been pushed back a bit. He was really close to the batsman then.
Brown now. Face Herrick gets a full toss on leg stump. It's a wide ball. Oh, that one could have gone anywhere if Brown had got hold of that and have missed a big opportunity there. But they've got a wide ball, and they also ran a leg by, or ran a by off the keeper. So 2 runs count there.
And Cameron's on strike, importantly.
Cameron's on strike, and it does. It's another ball going to be bowled in the over. So it's 10 runs to win now for the Border Bullets. They've only got 3 wickets left, and there's 15 balls left. Nordo, what does Drew Cameron do here?
Yeah, he's just got to keep poking gaps. Just get busy, really take control of this. Loud calls, a bit of body language here from Drew Cameron. That's all it's needed.
Herity bowls to Cameron, and he'll drive hard. He drives it through point. They might come back for 2. Drew Cameron says yes to the bowler's end. Brown gets there. They get 2 runs, the Bullets. Good running from Brown. Good shot from Drew Cameron, and it's 7 for 108. And we've got 14 balls left in the match. They need 8 runs to win, Simon.
Yeah, and Cameron doesn't need to panic, as Nordo said. Just keep playing, placing the gaps, poking around. He needs to play a leadership role here, Drew Cameron. Pretty boy Cameron.
Yeah, and when I talk about body language, I mean just being a little bit of assertive, a little bit of positivity out there. Pump the chest out, loud calls. Own this next 5 minutes.
Herity to Cameron. Oh, that's not a great shot selection there. He was tight and he tried to play a little late cut shot. And with 1 ball left to go on the over, Nathan Brown needs to be backing up, and Cameron try to get on strike for the next over. as Herity comes in. It's been a good over. Bowl short. Cameron pulls safely. First bounce, second bounce, down to deep mid-on. They get a single, and that completes the 18th over.
Yeah, Robbie, after 18 overs, and things are starting to heat up in here. The Border Bullets are 7 down for 109 for Muffin Break. Twelve balls remain. 7 runs are required for the Border Bullets to win and advance to this afternoon's Regional Bash Grand Final. Drew Cameron on 7 and, of course, Nate Brown yet to score. We're doing it for Muffin Break with a fantastic milkshake. It's the Muffin Break Shake, thanks to Alby, Lavington and Wodonga. And looks like James O'Brien will be the man with the job at hand, Robbie, with the ball for the Outlaws.
Yeah, so he's it's a big Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it is. And obviously the winner of this game will take on the Northern Inland Bolters, who got over the Illawarra Flames earlier today in an absolute nail-biter as well. And this is going right down to the wire.
I think the Flames needed 10 off the final over, and they fell 5 runs short.
So James O'Brien hasn't bowled in this match, Nordo. He's got a big task ahead of him here. He's bowling to Drew Cameron. The Bullets need 7 to win, and there's 12 balls left. O'Brien comes in, bowls short. Cameron hooks high down to fine leg. First bounce down to Matty Skinner, and they take the single. And I reckon if Cameron had let it go, it might have been a wide, but dangerous stuff bowling that short to Drew Cameron.
Yeah, O'Brien went for a tumble too after he let go of the ball. He really gave it everything, but lost his footing. Hopefully he's okay there. Big opportunity here for Nathan Brown just to get another single, pick a gap, get Drew back up there.
Yeah,
and this is done and dusted if they keep positive the way they are.
Looks like they're going to throw a slip in, and it's very good off his legs, Nathan Brown. If they stray on leg stump, he'll be eyeing off that short boundary. He has a little bit of a peak now.
So it's 6 runs required off 11 balls for the Bullets.
Yep, just got to hold their nerve here. Brown faces O'Brien. He's into him now, and Brown plays a cut shot. He plays a beautiful cut shot. Got it down to third man. He's slow but misfield, and they'll get back for the second run. They might go for 3. Drew Cameron,
running.
Sensational bit of running. Oh, he might be out, is he?
He's right.
He's got home at the bowler's end. Nathan Brown scuttled home for 3. Oh, it was all happening. It was a misfield at third man. It was a great throw back in at the bowler's end. At the end of the day, the Bullets get 3 runs, Simon. They need 3 to win with 10 balls left.
Oh, look, it probably wasn't needed, but Drew Cameron, that was ballsy running, wasn't it? He saw the misfield and he decided to get that extra one, and Brown just scurried home. Well done, Drew Cameron.
Yep, absolutely, and that's the body language we're talking about. Be positive, own these last few overs, and get the Border Bullets over the line and into the final.
In comes O'Brien, bowls to Drew Cameron. All the field's in now. Cameron smashes it through the covers. That's 4 runs. And the Border Bullets are the Thunder Regional Champions in the Plan B Regional Big Bash.
Well done, Albury Wodonga. The town is proud of them. Drew Cameron nursed the boys home. They're off to the big stage under lights tonight at the SCG. The Border Bullets will take on the North Inland Bolters in the final. They're going to become state champions if they keep this up. We're getting a bit ahead of ourselves, but well done to the Border Bullets. Commiserations to the Outlaws. They made a great grasp of that game too. Didn't quite think it was enough runs, Nordo, but geez, they bowled well. They made it a very entertaining contest.
Yeah, they did, and no doubt that the opposition now, the Bolters will be looking at those 2 spinners, and Matt Yench, who bowled really well at the start, but Zach Simmons, fantastic effort. Dave Farrell, Nat Sarriman, great effort to make the final, and no doubt that game on tonight. I think the game starts around 6:30. Is that right, Simon?
Correct.
And we're staying.
We're staying.
We aren't going anywhere.
Hey, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up. We might try and have a quick chat to maybe Robbie Jackson. We'll see how we go. This is the Plan B Regional Bash Finals, live from the SCG, live on the Borders, 1494 2AY.
These proud men are Plan B night watchmen. Just as cricket teams have a night watchman that comes in late to get the team home safely, if you've been out drinking, you need a Plan B night watchman. Someone you've organised to come and pick you up and get you home safely. This could be a cabbie or one of your local bus drivers. And here's another night watchman.
If I happened to be taking him home, I'd be the night watchman's night watchman.
Yes, you would. If you're drinking, a night watchman is a great plan B to get you home safely.
Not a single there, but at least they're looking to back up and try and get every run they can.
Well, I mean, it's starting to get to not so much panic stage,